inspiring symbol in the game, because bronze, at least it could be, you know, that he's got thousands of games on it, but doesn't have Dota Plus. But silver tier just means you haven't played the hero that much, and
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see how it works out. Ultimately, I am with you that I think there are much better supports to have gone into. The concept of a pos 5 Mirana is this: you right-click the enemy support, hit and run, and win by having 630 attack range and extra damage from the quiver, and eventually by poking down the enemy support, you get to a point where you can poke down the enemy carry or enemy offlaner. And at that point, you start bullying the lane. If the enemy tries to pull, you can always arrow the big creep, and on paper, it sounds really strong. The problem is, you need to be able to win the harass trade, and here, you're not going to have a big advantage, because Techies is still very long range, very good stats overall. He has 3 more armor than you do, so trading hits, sure, you have the Celestial Quiver, but I think Techies might still be favored.
And Techies buys like 20 Fairy Fires, so he's just going to keep out healing and out damaging you anyway. We'll find out how it goes, though. Game 1, best of 3, just to reiterate, we're in the lower bracket for the regional qualifiers on the road to the international. And it's game 1, so we're not in the elimination zone just yet, but we've got to keep our wits about us here as we get into a 5v5 smoke. Everyone vying for control.
Series, at least.
Looking to get to these early bounty runes.
Got revealed as he tried to go for a ward, so he backs out into Fog of War, passes the ward to someone else who's still in smoke, and lets them go and put down the ward, which is going to be, of course, undetected. It's a good little use of the smoke.
Clever stuff. Malik also wandering forward and kind of fake warding. If his smoke had broken, they would expect an observer ward from that empty inventory slot on the frog, but it doesn't happen. So it looks
2
like...
for 2 on the runes, and interestingly, both offlaners starting their body block very early on this lane. You see that? How both of them are all the way back and starting. This is because we used to have the meta where offlaners didn't block. If anything, you block the enemy creep wave. But now, since the lanes have been rebalanced, it's actually good again to block. And if you do want to block, you want to do a lot of blocking. Just a detail to point out here.
Yeah, it feels like the alternative strategy to this is going and killing the enemy range creep, right? Because then you get the lane to also push over towards your side.
Yeah, that's 2 advantages you can build. And I honestly think killing the enemy range creep is the bigger one if you can gain it. But of course, then you need to be strong enough to contest. You need to run into your opponent's area to do that.
It's much riskier, for sure. Well, Malik already getting maledicted, down to about half health from Kasane's first spell. So rough start already. Bottega's going to keep dragging the wave back.
3 denies on the first creep wave for Ember against the puck. That's just impressive.
That's a very strong start. 3 and 3.
I mean, you would assume that 1 at least CS is going to be guaranteed by the Illusory Orb, so getting 3 denies is basically flawless.
7 out of 8, right? It's very close to flawless. Perfect start from Copy. Very close to his bottle already. Yeah, morale being shut down a little bit. And that's why they were confident picking this Ember Spirit already into that puck. On down at bottom lane, the Dark Lord. What that username is up there with like Sniper Wolf and stuff, like XXX Sniper Wolf. Dark Lord 69.
It's missing some 666 at the end.
Yeah.
I fully agree.
Like down here.
They do have the level advantage, playing on level 2 power spike before the Techies Tidehunter get their level 2.
That will now crack here for Modus, though. As we'll see that Techies Mirana, the trading of hits. Not a fair fight when Elmo comes and joins in, though. So it looks like top lane doing a little better job. His problem's okay, actually. Mirana's chased the Techies into the tree.
She's got leap. She's got leap. She can keep chasing, but the Taser. Now he has to run.
Well, she jumps away from the mine and kills the courier anyway. That's wild. I mean, I was saying this top lane, off lane doing a much better job holding the wave back. So Malik is actually freely farming, safe and sound. This Techies Tide haven't been able to manipulate the creep wave in the same way. They are stuck in front of the Radiant Tier 1, where Tide is now getting right-clicked out by Mirana, and Techies is unlaneable. He's run all the way around Roche Pit.
That's true. Yeah, I was there doubting the Mirana, but they got a very nice play on the early start of the lane, I think. Getting level 2 first, and then winning the trade. Tiny having a little bit of impact with the avalanche into then right clicks. So far, they played this lane really well. And even the healing Lotus is about to spawn, and Mirana is going to go over and snag it.
That's nice to have. And up atop, the Witch Doctor gets their one. Flurry of pings from Bottega trying to figure out how to approach this lane, but it's so difficult with Lick and Lift. They've got multiple ways for Rune to save themselves and make life kind of challenging for Modus in that top spot. And of course, mid lane, Puck has caught up a fair amount. 13-2 now.
Looking pretty even. The water runes are going to be important. We might see rotations towards water rune. Problem is thinking about it. He's going to go and stack for his Tidehunter and might check the bottom rune afterwards. We'll see if he's going to swing over. He's pretty low HP on the Tekis though.
Coffee's pretty low in that mid lane as well. Morel's going to jaunt across to the orb and get that water rune going. Well, Techi's gulled the bottom one after stacking. Yeah, you're right. Contesting both and making sure this Ember Spirit gets nothing.
I think I would have liked to see him just sit there and wait though, instead of taking it immediately. He picked it, but he could have forced the Ember to walk towards him, take his time away, and that would at least, you know, mean that maybe if Ember doesn't do this, Puck could get the water rune. But it's still fine. It's still good impact.
Yeah, I guess you get caught in this thing where like, Ember has vision, right? So he sees what's going on. So maybe the Ember just never walks there. And I think Techi's...
Yeah, but if he never walks there, then Puck takes the rune. That's the thing.
but then Techi's
Puck
like,
takes double water.
My lane sucked. I need water rune. I want to defeat this Mirana any way I possibly can.
He's a support. And look at his HP and mana. It's completely full anyway.
Because of the water rune, yeah. Thank you, water rune.
It's wasted. Any water rune given to a support is a wasted water rune.
No, it allows him to stack the camps and return to lane.
Hydration is for mid laners only.
We should have a pause for the hydration break. Let's break Dota down into quarters, shall we?
Ow. Bottom lane, Tide is starting to get more comfortable on the lane as he has 2 points now in Kraken Shell. When you have 0 points or 1 point only, the Tiny does quite a bit of damage to you, but now Tiny is doing absolutely nothing to his Tidehunter.
Could you imagine what kind of game we'd be playing if esports or Dota kind of followed the regular sports method with, you know, halftime or quarters or thirds and ad breaks and stuff like that?
Going into the sponsored segment here.
It's 35 minutes in. It's time for us.
And the players are off the field. They're going to the green room. They're gonna go and eat some Snickers and wait for the next game. Yeah.
Or a tactical pause with the coaches piping in, chiming in.
I feel like some esport games are like that already because they're not long like Dota. Dota is long, you know?
Yeah, it's like quite easy for CS, right, with rounds.
Exactly. Yeah, and many other like very iteration-based games, I guess, that are so short duration. Tidehunter, by the way, getting all the way down there to farm in a faraway spot. This usually triggers mid laners. They get real mad when you do this, so we'll see if he's gonna be safe.
It's just kind of challenging to deal with him. Like 1.3k HP. You're gonna need 3 heroes to chase him.
Yeah, it's not super inviting.
And like even then, the 3 heroes you have, Mirana, Rubik, not the highest damage heroes. Ember Spirit doesn't offer much now. So yeah, Tide, well recognized by Elmo, right? To realize he can just go double up waves and do this.
That's smart. And he has face boots coming out, so he's going to be even harder to deal with. Will be faster and have more armor as well. But while he was doing that, the Tiny was getting a lot of efficiency out of the lane, pulling the creeps to jungle, farming up. So Tiny is actually leading the way in last hits and net worth right now. Fantastic start for Dark Lord.
I mean, across the board, everyone having a pretty good time. No first blood yet. In the 8th minute of gameplay, everyone's getting their farm on. And a lot of stacks being made on both sides of the river. Ancients, medium camps, all being built up. Aki's been doing the job. But Copy and Ike going to come and steal a lot of that. Grab some of the dire camps on that right-hand side. Make sure that Techi's work is turned around to their advantage.
And top lane has been surprisingly calm for what I expected. I thought there would be, you know, kill attempts coming out, but so far, no kills at all happening on that lane.
Remember, completely whiffed attempt on the Mirana there. Coil into blast off, not timed correctly. Misses the sticky bomb, doesn't kill Mirana. So no revenge after the camps were stolen, but still trying to play in this mid lane. Copy, maledicted and stunned, but just shrugs it all off, walks away, while the Wisdom Shrine is going to get gathered up by the 2 position 4s. And we still have no first blood. A lot of poking and prodding, probing for information, looking for these attempts to kill, but no execution yet.
It's one of those awkward situations where nobody wants to be the first one dying, you know? You don't want to be the feeder. And I don't think it's going to happen bottom. It feels like Tidehunter is going to be left completely alone here to his own device, farming away as he wants. Top lane, though, we see multiple heroes congregating.
Bottega gets aggressive. Kassanu's closing in with that potential maledict, but Malik, a little baby frogs by his side, just walks away. It looks like they will amass their forces top. Marananet joining in. And so they've got that chance to telekinesis arrow. Maybe lick into arrow. They've got some setup. And just need a target to go on, and that's what MODUS are not giving them.
Yeah, it's underwhelming though. Whenever I see Mirana nowadays, I think about olden era Mirana.
Holy Hexor, yeah.
5-second arrow, you know, only 5.5 even at max time, right? You can't move, you're just held in place. Now you land an arrow max distance, it's like, yeah, it's good, but it doesn't always mean someone's dying.
And never forget the Holy Hexor Moonburst Mirana arrow animation, flying through the trees, going for the blind arrows. As they get a blast off and a coil onto this Ember Spirit, again going for an attempted kill onto Copy, but he zips back to his safety remnant and is fine.
He refuses to be the first one feeding, but a lot of building damage is coming in from this as well, as Mirana and Rubik are both just clicking the tower.
Fair enough. You got a good amount of damage on it. They've also seen that Observer Ward, which was placed in a safety spot, still within range of the sentry.
Yep. Man, this is feeling strange at this point. How are there no kills at all? They're so aggressive heroes too.
Well, Arrow's going to slide straight in between the Witch Doctor and the Puck, so Kasane is fine to walk it off. Tiny's now arrived as they try and fight around this 10-minute active route. A shield up at top for Copy is going to get gathered up by the Ember Spirit. And the Dire Side have brought 4 heroes here to try and rally around this tier 1 tower, but there's no fight to be had. So that leaves what? Bottega 1v1 against Malik top?
Yeah, and it's a good lane for Kess. He's very happy. He's got the regeneration from the health, so won't lose too much HP ever. Pretty free farm for him. And Bottega is going to outfarm Malik quite hard. Starting to use the jungle as well now. And he's going to go for the Mage Slayer into Deso build. Very standard.
I'm sure Elmo on this Tide is like, why am I here? Why am I sat mid lane? I could be farming Ancients. I could be cutting wave bottom. Realizes the sitting mid is not where he should be living. Heads back down south.
I think not until he has his Consecrator wraps that he's got queued up. When he has that, he can go mid and just be really annoying. But yeah, mid tower is finally going to fall to a lot of pressure. Both teams are stacking up a lot on the Ancients. Looks like Largo is going to try and farm the Ancients for this level 4 Froggies eventually, but for now, sticking to the big camp.
So at this point, like 12 minutes in, no one's died yet. I genuinely can't remember the last time I've seen this. Like, even First Blood at 7 minutes is late. This is very late. Who is going to die? Like, I feel like Kez is guaranteed First Blood at this point.
There's a smoke gang right now, so with Puck and the Techies going together, they should be able to kill something. There's a shield rune on the Ember, though. He's not the target. Tiny would be the target. Can Tide get close enough? Yeah, he can.
Yeah, they're going to coil him.
Go.
Snap it. They don't have Gush, so it's going to be Anchor Smash and Ravage required to deal with Dark Lord. He's pretty tanky, though, and he tosses back the Tide into the help of the Rubik and the Ember Spirit. The Tiny just will not die.
Man, why does he have 0 points, Gush? I hate this build. Like, you have
0-4-4.
You have Magic Stick. Yeah, I do not like 0-4-4. I know that, yes, maxing out your Kraken Shell feels good, and having 4 points Anchor Smash is great for farming, but I would bet that 1 point in Gush and 3 points Kraken Shell could do the same thing, but better.
You know what? I feel like we're in the mood of breaking records, right? Zeus damage numbers.
Okay.
Try and get the longest
damage.
Try to get the longest game possible. You know, try and break that SFC massive 3-hour game, whatever it was. Maybe we're looking at a game where a team will win without anybody dying. Could you imagine a game where it's 0-0 and actually ends properly? Throne falls, nobody's died.
Yeah, I mean, this has been done by hold up, Malik could be the first to die.
He's been maledicted. Death Ward, First Blood. There it is. Spilt at 13 minutes. Copy's going to come in, though. Ember with the Mirana looking for a trade. He'll find Kasane in the back and snipe him out. So 1 for 1.
Very nice return kill there. And yeah, 13 minutes for the first kill is definitely extremely late, but we might have action start to unpack now as people start getting their items, getting ready.
The big one's always going to be this tiny Shadow Blade. Like when he has Echo Shadow Blade, he's ready to go and snipe people. But before then, he's just farming away. And Puck is working on Witchblade. Ember Spirit is closing in on the Mage Slayer. So you're right, a lot of these timings are about to hit. I just, when we have a situation like this where, like, if everybody's getting their farm, who do you favor? Like in an even game going into mid game, who actually feels better about this? Oh, it looks like Elmo.
Let me say, Dire feels better about this, taking literally no damage.
The 4 points in Kraken Shell, the 4 points in Anchor Smash. Elmo surviving against 4 heroes, finally zapped down by Eki, but it took a while.
Yeah, he dies slowly to whatever magic damage they have. Almost surprised he didn't press the Kraken Shell there at any point to double his damage block as well. But I guess he was never getting out of that alive. Just goes down eventually. But yeah, I think Dire, with their draft being so well-rounded and having nice team fight abilities, I feel like with the amount of farm we're seeing coming in here, Kess getting enormous, this looks really good for them. They just have to make sure not to feed too much on the Shadowblade timing. Once Tiny gets Shadowblade, he will be hunting for kills. He'll probably be hunting for Kess and Puck, and you need to be ready for that.
Yeah, we've already got some of these Dire supports pick up the sentries. Holding dust. Like, this Witch Doctor has Ob sentries and 2 dust already in inventory. The techies already has sentries ready. They are set up for it.
There's a Mirana as well, so you gotta have it early.
That's true.
Like Shadow.
I forget Mirana.
But yeah, dude, I forgot the Mirana existed until she was picked here. I was like, what? Is this a hero? But so far, I have not seen too much from him. I mean, he's been around the map, I guess, but I haven't seen any massive, like, wow, only Mirana could do this moment.
No, I mean, the lane went well, dealt with techies decently. But apart from that, nothing spectacular. So we get ourselves back into a calmer rhythm, back to farming, pushing out waves. Dire going to gather a couple of supports to defend Kez. And I think Morel on his Puck feels pretty comfortable currently, just sitting in that mid wave and pushing out lanes.
It's getting good progression on the Puck as well. Has the Witchblade halfway towards the Blink Dagger. Blink Dagger is going to be a big timing when you start making moves.
I'm going to dangle his Puck in front of him.
Revealed the techies because Sleight of Fist moves the hero forward.
That's true. And Mirana's going to leap back up to high ground so the smoke doesn't come to anything. God's the haste rune bottom at least. Poppy's Ember Spirit thinking about the Remnant to go and snatch it. And he takes it.
He activates it too, doesn't want to give them too much time to think about a coil and a ravage there, so he's just gonna get to safety. Meanwhile, Tide goes back and farms this big ancient stack that's been prepared for him.
Now it's time. Rune can finally make a move. They've got Shadowblade Tiny, they've got 3 men smoked up. So Tiny can play the Twin Gate bottom, Malik can head through this top lane with a Moonlight Shadow, and look to kill the Kez, but I feel like Modus have a full read on this. They've got Observer Ward and Scan up, that's a Radiant Scan up on the gate, but they've got Observer Ward from the Dire there. They see it all happening.
Yeah, they saw him coming through the gate, or rather they knew the gate was being activated. That is enough of a tell, so they leave the area. I think it's fine. They've held on to the safe lane tower long enough. So sure, you'll lose it now, but they can always just move Kess to a safer area. This game is definitely
slow.
Too action-packed, Gareth.
Just very, very slow.
Methodical.
I mean, so often we're
deliberate.
Like, we're just like, oh, it's a kill a minute. What is this? 17, 18 minutes with 3 kills? It's a kill every 6 minutes. I
thought those were League of Legends scores, man. I didn't know that this happens to
It feels like it, yeah. Maybe we'll have the barracks respawn if we leave it too long.
That's true. You know, if there was one thing we should take from... okay, we should take attention towards this fight. Ember goes on the techies.
Yeah, let's start on him. A little slight and chings. They kill off the techies. Nice fight. It's done.
There was a very nice buff, by the way, for Ember against techies, where Mage Slayer now does nerf the landmine damage since they care about spell amp. So putting negative spell amp also has that effect. So he doesn't care too much about the mines. No, I was gonna say, if there's one thing we should take from League, it is this: only use heroes once per series. So that if you play a best of 3, you have to go for different heroes next time.
Yeah,
that's a system they have in their tournaments, and honestly, I think it makes the tournaments more interesting.
Pretty cool. Tiny going to show off his Shadow Blade with a kill on Kasane. So far, it's just support's dying. I thought you were going to say if there's one thing we take from League, it's we take all our heroes back, the ones they stole from the Dota All-Stars website.
Yeah, the old hero suggestion websites. Hey, this would be cool here in Dota.
How about we just take the whole game back from you? That's ours, actually.
Payback royalty.
Yep. I don't know, we had a situation where... Helmo, Tidehunter, half HP, and he gets surrounded and mined down by the Rubik.
Yeah, the proximity mines are the only reason they did any damage to him. Techies with a good steal. Or Rubik with a good techie steal.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, there was a Beyond the Summit tournament, I'm thinking like 10 years ago. Virtus Pro did that, what you're saying. They picked a new hero every game for like 12 games in a row. So like they legit picked 80 different heroes. It was like one of the craziest runs, and winning with it as well. It's so sick.
Yeah, it was back when VP was very, very dominant. I remember what we were talking about. And I think the same VP also did thematic drafts then. They picked like, at least, maybe it was then, or I'm mixing up with it happening in Dota 1. Because Dota 1 had the whole elves and orcs stuff, right? And there was like an all undead, all elf strat, and, you know, some clowny stuff. Obviously now, these teams are fighting for quite a bit more than was on the line back then.
I don't know. There were esports tournaments back then giving away Bitcoin. Was it a StarCraft tournament? First place gets 50 Bitcoin, second place gets a free pizza or something. That's how much they were worth.
Damn. And here I was thinking that TI was one of the biggest tournaments.
No, if you played in that StarCraft tournament and kept your Bitcoin, you were laughing. You were sitting pretty. Tormentor, bang on the clock. 20 minutes, 20 seconds, taken out by Modus, getting the shard over onto Problems Techies. In the meantime, we had a long sweep through that northern jungle by the Rune Eaters, getting a couple of good observer wards down to watch what's happening. And they set up on the mid lane, looking at the Morel puck. Still, this slow-paced, sluggish game still feels like it's favoring Modus, even though they're 2k behind. They're the ones finding objectives, scaling this Kez. And I think he's the scariest hero on this map, Ortega. Aghanim Scepter, Mage Slayer done. He is getting massive.
Yeah, he's getting massive. However, this Aghanim Scepter without Desolator is... I've got a lot of experience playing it, right? So he nerfed himself a lot by doing this in terms of farm rate. And if he can't force team fights right now, this actually will come back to bite him. Because yes, he was flying ahead. He was the #1 farmer. But already we can see the Tiny starting to create a bit of a distance between them in net worth. And... you basically just need to force fights now with the Aghanim Scepter. Otherwise, it was a wasted decision to go for it earlier.
I'm just really curious. I would love to hear the team comms to figure out what's going on here, because neither of these teams feel like they're in a rush to go and do anything. Everyone's very comfortable to sit and farm their items. So both sides kind of thinking, okay, well, if we get to this point where we've all got BKBs and big damage items, we can just go and run at them. I guess when you've got a Largo, you're looking with his timing, you know, around now, right? He's got Kai Sanj. His Aghanim Scepter is a little bit far away, but he's kind of ready to go.
I would say normally, like in the old Wallachia 7, I would say this is roughly the timing for Largo, right? Minute 20-ish is when he wanted to do stuff. I think this new Largo with the changes peaks a little bit later. I think it peaks around like minute 36 or something. Like, actually... pretty late peak, where he becomes this unkillable team fighter. So I can understand them taking it slow. And Elmo gives no shits, as it were.
No one can die. It's just so funny. No one has damage to kill anybody.
We must all be unkillable.
Come on. This is a great observer ward. You see the tide at half HP. You saw the Kez moving further north. And they're going to come into contact with the Witch Doctor first, aren't they? Poor Kasane. Oh, tumbles! Oh. Tumbles out of the avalanche. chuck the tree at him. He's going to Maledict cast Dark Lord, but he's going to get tossed and land down to the floor with a thud.
Good kill, and you know, it's a little bit of action in what is otherwise a pretty slow and methodical game. Both teams trying to maximize farm. Problems is trying to maximize C4, just putting some mines down, getting control. These slow games, by the way, are pretty good for techies. You can see he already has cleared or set up the alarm system on quite a few of these ramps. Will make the smoke ganking very, very difficult to achieve.
It's also kind of hard if you're playing as 5, like this Radiant side are, just tight together, holding hands. Sure, you're going to go for attempts and kills on a Witch Doctor, you're poking at this Elmo Tide, but going too deep is risky. It spends Ravage, but there's BKB up from Copy. So Elmo's still going to die, and Kisane, who stood there trying to help him, also falling to a double kill of the Ember Spirit.
Yeah, nice use of the BKB there as well, and I think the Ravage was going to miss anyway. The Remnant was just on point, jumping forward.
It's like Ravage was both early and late at the same time.
Yes, yeah, unfortunately.
I was going to say, though, it's like kind of challenging when you're playing as 5 to deal with the puck split pushing, finding this Kez who's very slippery in the jungle. So all you can really go for are kills on the supports, and I guess the Tide Hunter now showing that off. But if you connect and you get that done, you open up map space for yourself. That allows you to walk into objectives like Roshan.
Yeah, I think you don't need to do much more than just play the map and let the Tiny look for the pickoffs on the Tide, maybe. Now they managed to do it without Tiny, but they have Silver Edge on Tiny, so he would normally be the one to provide that kill. Yes, that's Tiny.
Yeah, just walk straight into death.
It's not great.
Well, maybe
He
thinking
just
about
walked onto the Roche attempt alone.
like trying to set up for a contest there, but his teammates were pretty distant.
Listen, even if he had BKB, I would say that's a crazy play to go in all alone. Kess, one big thing that I've learned in my over 1,000 games of playing him, you want someone else to go first.
Yeah.
You do not want to go first. Kess is an insane hero at bursting people, but if he has to lead the way, he's way less effective. He's super good when he has some people going in first, providing vision, maybe taking the enemy attention away, and then boom, Kess comes in with an absolute monstrous amount of damage.
So unlike Tiny, who is an apex predator, going in first, finding kills, slaying enemies, you're saying Kez is a little vulture, a scavenger.
Yeah, or like a big vulture.
A big vulture. A condor.
A lot.
Elmo? Oh, they've got the damage for him now. Even through that, Shiva's Guard, Consecrated Wraps. Elmo dies. 10-1 now.
It's
getting
looking
out.
very sloppy for MODUS. They keep walking into areas they know that the enemy are playing, and they do it with way too few heroes. They don't have any business sending one by one into this aggressive team.
Nah, it's getting out of hand now. They've given so much across the Rune Eaters. A slow game, we thought they'd maybe be favored. But you wander into areas where like you're just not playing together, right? There's no conjunction of spells. There's no coinciding of heroes. They're going to go for a coil in this mid lane, but Malik just stands there strumming his lute and says, okay, cool. You cast your coil on me, and then you've got to run away.
I'm telling you, Bottega's build on Kess is making me sad as well. Not going Desolator in the most passive game that we have had in our casts in years, Gareth, is a mistake. Going Aghanims, it just slowed him down too much. His farm is not there anymore. Look at the farm difference between him and Tiny.
The Tiny's like, why did you lick me back? I want to finish this tower. I'm unkillable. I'm invulnerable.
Let me at him.
Yeah, scrappy do over here. Let me at him. Let me at him. Just keeps on going for it.
Scrappy after some serious roids, man. This Tiny is no longer small.
He's all grown up now. And Morel, oh, that arrow nearly finds him. Copy's still chasing, but doesn't have the chains. MODUS fully on the back foot now, though, just hiding behind their minefield, trying to find a space to play in. 12k lead has emerged for this Radiant side as they still hold Aegis for 2.5 minutes on Tiny.
Yeah, and smoke coming in. They're trying to play aggressive. Hard to smoke across the minefield.
Look at what Kez has queued up. This feels desperate already.
It is. I mean, BKB, he needs it, but Rapier, yeah, it tells the story of the game already. He knows that he's on the back foot.
Marana invis and leaps away from the waning rift. So now the rest of the team, given that information, they can chase forward onto Bottega. They're walking into the minefield. Has a lot of damage. Taking Eki low, but they found the control onto the Kez to take him out of the game with a jump from Ike. They take out Techies too.
blow up every single mine as well in the process here, running them over. MODUS has not had a single team fight that they even attempted to take, and no single, you know, fight that went their way. It's just looking like they're asleep at the wheel.
Oh yeah, we haven't we haven't seen these 5 heroes of the Dire actually group together and do anything. It's all been, you said it, like it's one by one, piecemeal, entering alone, they're dying. A Tide Hunter,
which is insane to me. They have such good combos. They have Coil, they have Ravage, they have Kess ultis, 2 of them with the Aghanim's Rush, and somehow they're never forcing a 5-man fight. Now, of course, with the Aegis been in hand for 4 minutes, it's hard to take a fight anymore.
And now he's just super scared of this Malik Frog. Aghanim Scepter done, well on his way to BKB. And just pushing in every single lane, so the map getting very dark, very spooky for MODUS. They've got to try and bite back and reclaim a bit of territory now. Elmo can lead out, and the scan on scan gives information to both sides as Dark Lord just comes in and slays Kasane. Gives in the Avada Kedavra. The old Harpoon brings the Tide back in as well as the puck tries a 2-man coil onto Copy and Malik, but there's no follow-through. Bottega is struggling to contend with a Tiny, just gets tossed around, avalanched up, chain controlled, Bottega getting stunned, Blastoff comes in, but MODUS, they're out of this fight completely. They do not have the damage, they just don't have the wherewithal to find heroes, they have no vision, nothing to do.
Okay, I take back what I said before the series. You know, I wasn't sure how it's gonna go. I'm not sure who I favor in this. I'm sorry, Rune Eaters. You know, like, you're obviously absolutely dominating.
You were not familiar with their game.
I was not. But listen, I thought I was familiar with MODUS's game. I know these players. They're capable of way better than this. I don't know what happened here.
It's been a bit rubbish, honestly.
Yeah, for the caliber of players that they have on their team and how skilled they are, this is a very strange game to me. It's not necessarily like they were outplayed at every corner. It's just, I'm not sure what the game plan was.
I've got it. I know what it is. It's the same thing I say every time, right? It's the Yellow Submarine team spirit factor. They don't care about the first 30 minutes of the game. They don't care about laning stage. They don't care about being 20k behind. This ex-Yellow Submarine squad is looking for that one moment, minute 35, where they turn the game on its head.
They want to be like Yatoro.
They want to be like Yatoro. Yeah, they want the Miposhka
I also want to be like Yatoro, but you know, you don't have to willingly put yourself in the late game recovery spot where Team Spirit often shine. Problems runs into everybody.
There's some serious problems up there.
Bombs everywhere.
Helping against the bombs. Trying to blast off across, but finished off by Copy. And we're in a situation, obviously there's only 2 kills on MODUS, but we've got 3 unkilled heroes, including Tiny and Ember on this Radiant side.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very much a problem, and I don't know if he will ever kill the Tiny. He has a Satanic at this point, 4,600 HP at 31 minutes. He's proving here why Tiny is one of the high-ranked carry heroes in the current patch. Absolutely disgusting.
Oh, he's so strong.
He's gonna go for AC next as well, which will hard counter Kess in his full physical damage focus. Sure, you still have a good ulti and Raptor Dance against Tiny, but you know, without using BKB, you're probably never even getting to cast that. There are so many disables.
Hero damage looking a little bit sad there on the Dire side. 7.3k from Kez, 9 from the Puck, not really offering all that much.
4,000 hero damage from Witch Doctor is also not a great stat, right? Did I see that right? Because that's like one good death ward in a team fight.
Yeah, but hey, they're going for this late game. He's got the Gree, so he's gonna be able to hit that timing a little bit later on.
Oh,
Dark Lord is being sent to high ground. Like, they're going for it. Bottega has to pop into the invis and run back to Fountain. Holy shit! Look at them go.
That was a cute play right there.
And then Morel's being chased down. Copy with Ike. They're going to find the puck on the left-hand side. Coil already spent. Morel's going to try and jaunt, juke, jive back into the tree lines. Has the gem in hand as well, so desperately scrambling to get home with a TP out.
Yeah, he cannot afford to die.
Meanwhile, Tiny against Kez again. Tiny going for the solo attempt. He might just have it, you know. Bottega gets blown up. Valak is the one to get the final touch to finish him off, but that's all Dark Lord. All the way. Chasing Elmo's Tide Hunter now. He's been broken up. Avalanche. Do we have a toss back in towards the frog? We do. Stomp down this Tide Hunter. Oh my god! He just lost your pos 1 and 3 out of fucking nothing. That Problems is dead. Honestly, just call it at this point. You got legitimately you got nothing left. That's not a game. That's not Dota.
Gareth becomes more aggressively accented here as
it just comes out. It just comes out at the end. Yeah.
The more mad he gets, Gareth is just upset that this game was basically just, it looked like a single player game, you know, like it didn't look like we had a proper fight. Yeah, it's a little bit awkward of a Tricor for sure. They also are completely missing team fight spells. Biggest things to have is like Techies dropping bombs or Medusa pressing an ulti, which hopefully she will skill, you know. Sometimes we have Medusa's not skilled the ulti until they're level 13 or something, which triggers me beyond any reason. I think it's basically an all-in on Medusa becoming big enough to carry the game on her own, for sure. That's a correct read of the game.
Yeah. It just feels like the proverbial Arsenal from the IT crowd. They're just going to try and walk it in. There's no like nuance, there's no back and forth. It's just steamroll with Lycan, steamroll with Fat Medusa, and try and get on top of your enemies. Whereas I think like Rune just have a lot of back and forth, play into counterplay. Slardar and Axe. Two heroes that I think play off the back of each other very nicely in terms of initiating, re-engaging, finding openings to allow your damage dealers like SF and honestly Nature's Prophet, who can probably scale in this game from POS 4, going to bring a fair amount of damage with the addition of this amplified damage of Slardar, right? This corrosive haze, super useful.
I do think so. I think Eki should try and become the right-clicky POS for Nature's Prophet, and he needs to fill that role because Axe and Slardar are typically pretty low in damage dealt, but they do amplify the damage their team can do by catching people, minus armoring, or just generally disabling. It's going to be a triple Rune going the way of Rune Eaters.
That's their name, isn't it? Rune Eaters, just eating all the runes.
75% satisfied right now.
What is it? Problems
that one rune
with Elmo up at top. Also an interesting spot because Kasane used to be POS 3 player. And Lycan was one of his specialty heroes. So I don't know how he feels being a POS 5 Techie's bottom lane and watching his teammate play his favorite hero.
Well, he has a new favorite hero now. It's Techies. He's turned to the dark side.
Who was it? It was TSM. TSM, that's who he was on. Back at the Lima Major a long time ago.
Oh, right.
Well, copy against Mirel in this mid lane. Slardar versus Ember. We've seen plenty of times in the past couple of years Slardar be picked in particular to do this job exactly. You crush, you bash, you slap, you hit, and this Ember Spirit can't really do too much to answer you. So he's going to spend even more money on regen just to stay in the lane.
It's a difficult lane for Ember for sure. Once the bash comes in, already on level 2, it starts becoming very frustrating. And similarly, we see some pretty strong other lanes as well. Coming out, the Bane SF, of course, and even just the Nature's Prophet Axe are doing a good job harassing so far.
Morale is giving as good as he took there. Under the tower, got a good amount of damage back. So copy. We're going to have to wait for that bottle to get to him and refill up with the next water rune.
Gonna heal up, and both of them should be pretty fine. I mean, he doesn't have bottle yet on Ember, but even just taking one of the water runes will put him at pretty decent HP and mana.
And these other lanes. Top being dragged, sending Wolves and Hoodwink to bring wave in behind tier 1. Bane trying to contest that, but nothing happening. So this leaves Shadow Fiend freely farming in the wave in front of his tower, as it looks like they've settled the equilibrium quite nicely as the dire side.
Bane missed a big chance to do what you were talking about there. If he went onto the Lycan between the tier 1 and tier 2 tower right as the creep was dying, he could have slept the Lycan, forced the creeps to walk under the tier 2 tower, and that would have been just massive. Those creeps would have been gone, and Lycan would miss quite a bit of farm. He wouldn't deny anything as well. Sadly, he didn't go for that play.
No, I felt it was a bit risky, maybe. And so now we get Elmo holding the dire wave in behind, trying to deny as many creeps as possible. So now we've got to come back, use the small camp with the Bane to reset that lane equilibrium. And in mid, continue with this domination. 13, 14, 6 for the Slardar, 7-1 on the Ember. doubling up on his last hits, which is expected. I think...
Yeah, moment it gets boots as well in Slardar, becomes even more frustrating. Ember will have no way of running away properly.
Honestly, a big winner out this lane is this Malik Axe, though. 12 and 6 for him. Nature's Prophet has successfully zoned and harassed Kasami's techies back. And Bottega's Medusa has 11 last hits, but it's not a comfortable time when you're sitting pretty low mana this laning stage. Now, holding stick and mangoes, of course, but you're just getting continually harassed down. Like, this is dangerous, honestly. Getting sprouted up and spun at. You spend your magic wand already.
There's a lot of damage being dealt, and I feel like this Axe is on track to get to a point where he can do what we always talk about with Axe, wanting to go behind the tower. I feel like that might be possible for him in this game.
And then 4-minute Rune being guarded.
Got Poppy to really low HP.
Bottega's dying bottom lane, though. Look at him drop low to the Treants. Aki really giving him the treatment. He does have enough mana here to sit, buy his tier 1 and stay alive, but you've got to ferry even more regen out just to stay and play the lane against this full resource Axe. But the fact that Malik has 10 stick, Lotus, full HP and mana is free for him.
Medusa is just in no man's land. She's going jungle, looking for something to maybe magic stick and then mystic snake, but effectively is just walking base now at a very slow rate and also not taking the direct path. Yeah. I'm not sure about this. He's kind of going straight to Fountain now, but he took like the long way around too. Maybe scared of Nature's Prophet going behind.
Yeah, maybe. Or, I don't know, Slardar slithering down there. Well, he's going to have the TP back to lane at least, but rough time for him. And this gives Malik the perfect opportunity to drag wave into large camp, accelerate his farm. So bottom lane, a resounding victory already for the Dire side. Top 3 last hitters, we can see red, red, red. So the Rune Eaters coming out on top with not just last hits, but denies. 11, 12, 10. Substantial laning stage victory across the board for them.
Last hits, denies, runes, harassment as well, as they are going for a kill onto the Hoodwink. First blood, it is about to tick in.
5 minutes in. 8 minutes faster than game 1. We get our first
That's
split.
a good speedrun split right there. 8 minutes.
That's a gold split right there.
For sure. Double star on that.
Beautiful. And now playing into mid lane as well, knowing Ember Spirit, of course, is level 4. Forcing Morel back by his tower as both Eki and Ike sit and wait for their moment to strike. Eki's going to get walked at. They found the Nature's Prophet. They're going to get that kill before Rune Eaters can actually make their move. Now a Nightmare, not going to really do too much. I just have to leave the Ember Spirit alone.
I think they overplayed a little bit there. They were like, oh, this Ember is so weak, guys, he can't do anything. And then Nature's Prophet kind of hangs around too long. One support plus the Ember, and he's just dead.
Yeah, trying to close in from 3 different angles, kind of challenging when you can just get pivoted on by these 2 Radiant supports. So instead, back to the normal gameplay of chase the Medusa out of lane. They send Eki back down bottom.
And now Malik is going to go and start doing the cutting, I think, going behind the tier 1. Oh, finds a kill, though, possibly. The techie's pretty far out.
Sprout, Blood Grenade. The Treant's chasing him. He's going to blast off, but Malik, very wisely, cuts him off, but can't go for the kill still. No Berserker's Call leveled up. Level 5.
He managed to get rid of the Battle Hunger because of the Treants that were there. So he got rid of Battle Hunger and lived because of that. Otherwise, he would have been slowed a lot and probably just brought down. Pinging the Axe. He's under tower. Is this legal?
I don't know. It's 7 minutes in, so everyone's looking at Wisdom Shrines while Malik just goes under tier 1 and is about to die. Gets surrounded. Yeah. But this means that Dark Lord and Eki get both Wisdom Shrines.
Yeah, costly to not get any experience here, especially with how rough this start is for some of the side lanes.
Have you seen where Dark Lord is sitting? He goes and steals Wisdom Shrine, then he contests the camp that Elmo's farming.
Shameless. He's just going hyper aggressive. No TP reaction though.
Nothing to help. That means Copy gets all the freedom he needs. We've got morale and problems defending their jungle, though. It seems like this Hoodwink and Techie is making a base camp to try and launch themselves into some kind of action here, but they've already lost the Hoodwink. They need to blast off in to kill off Bane. And Eki's TP not really connecting in to get a further
10
kill.
seconds for the rune. Maybe Ember can try and contest one of them at least.
But again, we look bottom lane, and where's Medusa? she's over there. This is rough. Malik just takes full control of this, and that tier 1 tower is going to die pretty soon if there's no answer.
Yeah, and the thing is, Medusa farms decently fast in jungle, but usually you want to have some items first. And Axe is going to farm insanely fast if left completely alone like this. So not only are you not getting a max farm rate on yourself, but this Axe will be a massive problem.
Not just items, but you got level 1 split shot. It is so bad.
Yeah.
Eki's going to get remnanted on as they try to finish off this tower. Finally, a response coming in from MODUS. Morel killing spree puts them 4 for 2. They're actually responding decently to a lot of these moves, but it feels so overwhelming when you're being run at bottom lane, chased out top lane, forced to rotate Ember Spirit, forced to use Shapeshift defensively. This is the helm timing of the Lycan, and he's running away from enemies. It's the complete opposite of what you want.
Yeah, he's probably calling like, guys, we can kill something. I have the stomp, but nobody's here. That is a wasted shapeshift now for him.
They are onto Malik again, though. Getting Medusa involved, 4 heroes surround him, and this Axe is starting to get shut down.
I think they recognize that they can't let the Medusa just have a horrible start. The strat was all in Dusa, so you have to help her. And sorry, Lycan, but you're gonna be the sacrificial lamb.
It's a bit sad for Lycan. Usually, alphabetically, he'd come first.
Alphabetically, he comes first?
Yeah. LMNOP. Lycan, Medusa.
Yeah, but also, Wolf is W and Snake is S, alright? Checkmate.
She's not a snake, she's a Gorgon.
Still wins over fucking W.
Her name is Medusa.
Still wins, man. You can't argue out of this one.
You can't just call him Wolf. His name isn't Wolf.
He's Wolf.
Actually, what was his name in Dota 1? Something the Lycanthrope? Bob the Lycanthrope.
Yeah, it was probably Bob, dude.
Larry the Lycanthrope. Oh, Shadow Fiend, right, Dark Lord, you are way out in the open this time. No chance to Requiem with the chain stuns. I think the Dire are getting a little bit lax, feeling very confident. They do get a kill on Problems mid lane, which is where all their attention was. But definitely a few little slip-ups here from the Dire, which weren't apparent in game 1, and some exploiting being done. Finally, MODUS getting a good mood going.
Yeah, we've seen this happen before with carry players. They take the tower super early, and then they're like, oh, this is my farming area now, and stand right outside the tier 2, basically. Yeah, it's just not safe. It's ill-advised, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Blink timing now, though. Copy has the Blink Dagger being delivered on Courier. Icon this Bane is looking at the top lane for a potential Nightmare and Grip, so he can lock down 2 individual targets. Elmo, he's going to shapeshift and send the Centaur forward, but that's raised down immediately by the Dark Lord. Blast off, hits onto 2, but Copy's going to come in and help, but he misses the crush, doesn't land it onto Elmo. They lose the Bane. Techi's being chased. Kasane going to get clicked down eventually in the 1-for-1 trade.
Ultimately, they defend the tower like an ulti on cooldown. Pretty fine for them. Losing Bane doesn't really matter much. And meanwhile, the Axe is free farming a lot down bottom. See some lines being drawn. They're hunting Malik, but it's a Vanguard Axe with a defensive tier 1 item as well in the Ash Legion shield.
He's pretty strong. But if there's a pushback and a sharpshooter, they're going to do tremendous damage to him. Malik still at 200 health, though, and that TP fake out by Eki actually causes some issues. Problems can't keep chasing, so they save the Axe just with a fake TP from Eki.
Wow. Can't believe that they didn't get the kill, but yeah.
It's like the threat of the TP. Eki's got a black hole.
Nature's prophet. What a great support. Just, you know, pretend that you're there helping. Oh, look at Hoodwink. He's going for Malik. He has no earn charge. I don't see how you kill him. Ulti in 5 seconds, I guess?
Yeah, if you wait long enough. But Malik is going to give it to you first. Battle Hunger, Call, juking around, trying to dodge everything, sidesteps the tree, and now the Grip comes in. Problems Rough stuff. Meanwhile, Copy has made a jump on the Medusa, going for a solo attempt. 14 one charges already spent, so no full kill on the Medusa, but making sure the Bottega just cannot sit bottom lane anymore.
Honestly, I think that Bottega has done a pretty good job at farming with how his start went, because he had an atrocious farm rate to begin with, and he's still looking at a pretty good Manta style timing, like what, 16, 17 minutes?
Yeah, it's going to get delayed a little bit here as Bottega gets jumped by Copy. Blast off, trying to offer some cover. Malik diving tower. Bottega no mana remaining, but juking around the trees. Backup comes in from Kasane and Problems, and they've actually remedied the issue. Copy.
Nice reflexes there.
Copy's thinking about going in round 2. Jumps in on the Medusa.
Going.
3 hits. That's all it takes to get this Medusa brought down. And meanwhile, Malik going for the TP home. Gets cancelled out and killed in the end.
Yeah, but Copy was the bigger fish in this exchange. Or snake.
So is Medusa a Naga then?
She's a snakefish.
Which is a Naga, isn't it?
That's a Naga, yeah. I'll accept that, yeah.
Oh, Requiem out from Dark Lord here, guaranteeing another Wisdom Shrine. The double comes in again for this Rune to side.
Slardar is also a Naga.
Yeah, and so's Naga.
That makes him a king Naga.
Why is he a king?
Is King Naga because a King Cobra, you know, King in the snake worlds is something that eats its own. So any King Snake is cannibal.
Okay.
So this is a King Slardar.
Because he's eating another Naga Siren. Another Naga.
Yeah.
And this all comes from Warcraft 3 having a limited amount of hero models that we needed to use for really different little guys.
Yes.
There's another one. Isn't there another Naga? Can you name another Naga?
Siren? Yeah,
No,
the Siren?
No, I already said Naga Siren.
Oh, okay, it's not that.
Medusa, Slardar, Naga Siren.
Isn't that it?
No?
No?
I'm pretty sure. Hang on. I may be mixing up my lore, but I'm pretty... Isn't Sven half Naga? He's some kind of...
He's no Naga.
He's like half fish guy?
Yeah, true. There's some fish lore. I don't believe in it.
So he was brought up in some beach area, and he was like half...
Yeah, Shade Shore Ruins. Yeah, he was born a pallid Maranth. I guess a Maranth is like a Naga. Oh, hold up. Speaking of Nagas, she doesn't like to this.
No, shrugs it off. And it's the Bane who's going to fall. There's been some very good reactions out of Modus here to protect this Medusa, and Morel has been popping off, honestly. 602 Ember Spirit showing up tremendously here in game 2.
Yeah, he's holding on to the game. He's solving all the issues.
I guess Sven might not necessarily be part Naga, but he could be. We just don't know. Oh, nice
what
shot.
A shot.
Snipes
Problems. Without setup onto Slardar, who was also sprinting at the time. That's impressive.
Somehow finds the angle. And now things picking up. There's Ember Spirits dive past tier 1 tower, looking at Eki, sliding over the top, and Remnant's away to safety, knowing he can't finish the kill with this reaction coming out of the Dire.
Sana gonna back out. A little bit too far forward.
Kill this Ancient Eye Shaman. Get a bit of bonus money for Malik.
I'm still waiting for the SF to kick in, though. We had the game earlier, you know, where the SF didn't do anything.
Oh.
Now I want to see the SF just take over again. Show them how it's done.
I thought you were saying you can't wait for me to finish my lore description as I read Wikipedia.
Of what a Maranth is?
So a Maranth is all the inhabitants of the sea. So Slytherin. So I guess Slardar is a Slytherin?
Wait, everything that inhabits the sea?
Yeah, so Maranths likely comprise of Slytherin, Naga, and Levianths. So Naga, Tide, Slardar, Slark, and Sven are all Maranths, but they might not all be Nagas. So, yeah.
There we go.
We do not know what Sven is. So Sven could be half Naga, but he could also be half Tide Hunter.
So it's legally distinct merfolk, is what you're saying.
Basically, yeah. Any of the sea living creatures. So yeah, what is Slark then? Slark's a little fish. He's a Maranth, but is he a Slytherin?
Slark is a mistake.
Oh my god, okay.
That's what I'll say.
Poor little guy. Little reef dweller.
No, he's been caught Octarine Shadowblade hacking.
So Slark is a Slytherin and a Meranth. Interesting. Learning all of the races of Dota 2. It still catches me. I still want to call people goblins, but they're not. They're little keen folk in this. You know, the techies. He's not goblins. He's keen.
Also legally distinct.
Yeah.
The wolf is at their door.
Who's he hunting?
He's gonna try and get to low ground.
Get to the Bane?
He's stuck.
Bane is in a really weird spot there.
Yeah, he got into a spot for sure. Kasane disappears.
No longer exists.
Very fast damage, and we might see them swing to Roche with this. They have Slaughter, they have SF. Could be a good time to take Roche 1 minute before it moves. They are not going for it though, hunting for kills instead.
Eki TP's top. Elmo is already TP'd out of there, barely scrapes away. Doesn't get caught by Copy, who was getting pretty close.
Can't help but feel that they gave up a big chance to take Roche there on the back of the kills, on the enemy running away, and before Medusa is strong enough to fight. Any moment you get to take Roche before she gets Butterfly, I think would have been amazing to utilize. Now, they can't really do Roche anymore as the respawns are in.
Yeah, and it's about to hit 20 minutes, right? So now it's the choice of, like, do we go Torm? Can we get Roche first? Now we're going to go get a fight. Yeah. It all kind of unravels a bit.
And with any bit of experience playing against Medusa, you know that around like 20, 21, 22 minutes is when that Butterfly is likely to start coming in as well, on top of the mana. Unless she's having a cracking game and has it at like 90 minutes. Yeah, that's not the case here. Okay, they do still find the Roche. They have fantastic aggressive wards. Dire has like insane vision in the Radiant jungle, so I feel confident to do this.
Sorry, my brain is still on this Naga Slytherin Meranth thing. I've realized, you know, it's like turtles and tortoises. All tortoises are turtles, but not all turtles are tortoises. All Nagas are Meranth, but not all Meranths are Nagas.
Is anybody listening to him right now, guys? Are you following? I lost you at turtles, tortoises, but yes, yes, they all are.
It blew my mind when I found out that tortoises were turtles, you know? I was figuring out that terrapins and tortoises were turtles, as Techies is going to get a terrible time in his bottom lane as the Tormentor has spawned up before this Dire decided to come and take, trading out a couple of supports and gathering the Tormentor for themselves, as all tortoises are turtles. Wow.
No! Stop building them in. That didn't make any sense. Blink Blade Mail on the axe is gonna bring down this nasty...
Now you're doing it. Blink Blade Mail, the same as Turtle. I can't do it.
I can't say 2 words. You rambling 20 in a row. I don't know how you have such a vocabulary to bring out like 20 words that start with T. And he always does this, chat. Whenever he locks onto a word, he just doesn't stop.
Oh, I can't control it. Entirely can't control it.
Ooh, sneaky Bane gets in and steals the wisdom. Pretty bad by Radiant though that they were 12 seconds late to that. You need to be there. Gotta be on your wisdoms.
Have they missed every single wisdom shrine?
Oh, they have, haven't they? At least 2 of them. Did they get the 14?
Yeah, because they got the double. They got the 7, the 14. Was this a double as well?
Okay. Yeah, this was a double. Pretty sure.
Copy. Gonna start onto problems. Bushwhack holds him back. And jump in from Malik though. And show off this Blink Dagger. Gonna catch onto the Hoodwink, but doesn't get the dunk.
Actually, it wasn't a double because it's still there.
Yeah, I was looking through the logs, like no one's taken it yet, huh?
Yeah, they could still go for it. And that means they could still get their first wisdom of the game.
They could.
On MODUS. Who needs that? They're all in on the Medusa basket. So unless Medusa is the one taking it, they don't need it.
It's kind of crazy we've got to the stage where Medusa is actually kind of ready to go. This Butterfly Manta is hitting the timing. It felt like this game was just
creeps
out of control.
And more importantly, I think, Lycan is not that far behind in farm either. He's 30 net worth, looking really good.
Defending this bottom jungle, throwing everything in here to force Ache back, kills him off. Copy in trouble on the run, doesn't spend the BKB because he knows he's already done. And now we're in a situation where Radiant feel kind of comfy. Maybe even favored heading into this mid-game.
Yeah, I mean, Medusa is a very good counter to their heroes, and they're not getting too much done with the Aegis timing. Still have 2 minutes to try and make something big happen, but yeah, it's looking pretty damn good now for Radiant. And I think you still want to sing the praises of Mirel if you're on Radiant's team. Sure, Medusa has been farming, but he's been doing nothing but farming on Medusa, whereas Mirel has been doing the very impressive job of somehow going 8-0-2 in a game that started out pretty horribly.
Yeah, against the Slardar lane. But I do want to highlight the fact that we do have Nature's Prophet, 10k net worth, Mjolnir on Eki. You were right. He has gone full right click.
Yep, he's scaling. He'll be the extra bit of carry that they need. And maybe they don't need to worry about Medusa, but it's concerning. Late game Medusa is still a very serious threat here.
This has got to be a strong phase of play from the Dire to find an avenue to attack this Ember Spirit, but he dodges the call, just slides it off. And still chasing, but they can't catch him. Morel's out there. They just Prophet trying to TP forward. He's got another Remnant to get out of the Sprout. I don't know if he can catch this man. Morel's just too quick on his feet.
They're not catching him, but, you know, using the Sprout at least forces him to use his last Remnant, and Ember wants to have a few Remnant charges going into a fight, so for like a minute and a half at least, he'll be struggling to initiate something.
That's the time that Rune does need. Eki is going to put the static charge on himself, but he's surrounded by wolves, and the Ember Spirits come in to straight up get the kill through the Howl. Now a grip on Kasane. Support for support again. It feels like that's been the story of this game and even of this series. One hero moves in, dies, trades out for the exact same position on the other side.
Yeah, a lot of trades back and forth. Overall, a fairly even game, and Medusa now has taken over the #1 spot in farm as well. As we see her still left pretty untouched this game.
0, 1, and 4. 16,500 net worth. And Bottega closing in on the Eye of Skadi. Getting pretty spooky. And yeah, a comment you made 10 minutes ago. Shadow Fiend, the Dark Lord. Have we felt his presence?
I mean, not really. He went for this butterfly hard carry approach instead of going for a Shadow Blade into, you know, activating across the map, doing stuff. So he willingly is going into late game. And maybe it's communicated in the team. They say, okay, you know what? Nature's Prophet gonna go Mjolnir. I go butterfly. We're gonna gear towards late game. It'll be great. I'm just not really vibing with it because Medusa is insanely strong in late game against their heroes.
Oh, support dying with no trade this time. Bane around the Twin Gate, found by problems and Morel. These Lycan Wolves also being a little problematic for the Dire because they're just scouting out, giving vision, starting out fights, and even close to solo killing some of these supports with the Howl going.
Medusa finds that Nature's Prophet is farming her woods, and she'll promptly take over that camp.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Just about to finish the Eye of Skadi real soon. 500 more gold.
We get ourselves these tier 3 neutral items. Cloak of Flames Lycan. Partisans Brown greedy on the Ember Spirit.
Yeah, I mean, he has Kaya. He's leaning into Spellcaster build. Makes sense, I think. Must mean his Sleight of Fist is slightly weaker, but I don't think it matters much here.
Yeah, probably not. Looks like the call is made to go and dangle this Medusa in front of them and play through this Medusa
they want
timing.
to push tier 2, because if they take the tier 2, they can secure that they will finally get a wisdom.
Finally.
The first wisdom of the game is very important, Gareth, even if it is at 28 minutes.
Yeah, it's a morale booster for sure. They're in the better position here. On the high ground, smoked up with Lycan Wolves scouting. They've seen the Axe and the Shadow Fiend approach and then retreat. Dire going to scan up high ground to understand what's going on. But yeah, this is just a straight up push to tier 2 tower, cutting across the map. Now you've got access to all these additional jungle camps, ancients. And the Dire are the ones who are kind of hiding and split pushing after dominating 20 minutes of play in the first portion. There's Rune side has been sent back to base.
Do you know what's a funny stat? Getting every single Wisdom Rune and being 2 levels behind the enemy supports on your support. How did that even happen? I'm not even sure. Like, they actually picked every single rune, but Ike is somehow 2 levels behind both the Hoodwink and the Techies.
No idea. I guess he just never gets to see creeps. He's a bane.
He doesn't get to push. Yeah, he doesn't push waves, I guess.
BKB break free by copy.
It's happening. Wait, they get the double. It's the turntables.
The complete turntables. I mean, there we go. It's a 2k lead for Radiant. Roshan's going to the second spawn of Roshan. 2 Wisdom Shrines, 2k lead.
It's really big. So if this is a, you know, flip from the expected on the script, that's a 4,400 experience swing right there. Because, you know, they get 2,200 from it. That should have been on Dire.
That's a massive move.
And also on 2 players. So actually 8,800.
More big moves from MODUS. They're getting to late game. 30 minutes in. They've got past all the hard parts.
Got TP out.
And Medusa just
Solo kills.
Solo kills the Nature's Prophet. Says thank you very much. That's an 11k net worth Nature's Prophet. I'll take all your cash.
He tried for a quick TP out, but he sprouted Medusa, I think, and she just Quelling Bladed through. Maybe if he had hit himself towards the tree line, sprout himself, and then TP out, he could have been fine. But ultimately, he gets threatened by a Stone Gaze. Goes down easily.
It's much nicer to see, like, just scribbling on the map, right? MODUS, we talked about the direction, the leadership, the communications just seemed not just lacking, but non-existent in game 1. Now we're having much more focal points where they're moving forward, playing through Morel, getting a catch on Malik, arrows drawn by this Hoodwink saying, get up to top, we've got vision there. Down in his bottom lane.
Super painful death, by the way. He was 80 gold away, or 120, I think, from having his full BKB. And dying with that, of course, means he has to wait, respawn, and then farm 500 gold again. Very, very good timing. Kill the axe.
Yeah, now we've got Medusa with Aegis. MKB is getting cooked up by Bottega as well. This game has gone from what felt like inevitable victory for Rune Eaters 20 minutes in to now inevitable loss. Looking at, staring down the barrel of a Medusa. A 10-0-3 Ember Spirit starting to walk towards your base.
Don't you have to feel weird, though, at 30 minutes as a Shadow Fiend being part of less kills than a Medusa who essentially only farmed the entire game?
Yeah.
Like, how? You had a great start on SF. You were 6k net worth, I think, at minute 10. Like, absolutely enormous. But this mass command is into Butterfly into I'm gonna be the hard carry build. I don't understand this. Now Medusa with the double damage rune is shredding the tower.
Yeah, your tier 3 is just falling here. You Nightmare and Glyph and you overlap them, so a bit of wasted efficiency there. And a jump from Copy trying to deal with this wave. There's a Roshan's banner already placed. He'll drag back the creeps at least, but the tier 3's gone. Barracks are open. Bottega just stands here.
Catapults are pushing and they are protected by this banner.
Sharpshooter thrown in. Takes Eki to half. Scythe device used on Copy to force him back into base. And they'll defend their barracks. Rune Eater's now on the back foot completely as all the lanes trend towards their base.
Game is looking kind of complicated. They have a fairly tanky Slardar with the Aghanim Scepter at least, and BKB could jump in and survive for a little bit, but the sustained damage output of a Medusa with Eye of Skadi, Butterfly, MKB, you're not gonna tank her forever.
I'm so confused. Now Medusa's got through the hardest part of the game. Now it's all easy. Just A-click down lanes basically, and the Dire have not done enough to shut them down. Gonna be kicking themselves if they lose this one.
And at the same time, they have no stress, right? Medusa has Aegis. She could go high ground here, but I think he's saying, guys, we're not gonna lose late game. So he doesn't really want to stress this. Hard to say what the right choice is here. I think pushing with Aegis still makes sense. You'll likely force a pretty good fight. But I understand not wanting to, you know, run into a bad fight.
Yeah, while Medusa sits there. Pushes wave, protected by the Aegis, by the minefield behind her. Morel just shoves out the top lane with a stinger reaction out of the rest of Rune Eaters. Now we get to a situation where you've got to make a move. You can't just sit in base.
He's built a nice little mushroom field here.
Yeah, impassable terrain. You've got to go for some long sweeping move as Rune Eaters. They're going through top to try and find someone. They're hoping Morel is up here farming. Or maybe going to jump to this Remnant.
He was there earlier, so yeah, it would be amazing to find him. He had a beyond godlike kill streak, still has that, of course. But he joined his team, and they're gonna knock on the high ground again.
Yeah, pushing that bottom lane to tier 3, move back in towards mid where the barracks are open. And the smoke comes to nothing. Rune does have to TP back to base. There's Bane already getting caught out here. The Wolves chase him. Alec forced back behind tier 4 towers. A real sad situation for Rune as they just watch their barracks get destroyed.
Axe falls easily, and Feeble gets put on him at least to delay the damage. And with the Crimson Guard, he's tickling the barracks. Eventually,
just lose our mid lane.
Has fallen. Radiant's top tower is
Copy gets-
eventually the SF has to fight, sooner or later.
Hopefully sooner.
Also, the Nature's Prophet has not really turned into the carry that I would have expected with Mjolnir first item. He's still sitting at 13,000 net worth, only having 4 staff to go with the Mjolnir. It's not really nearly enough for this stage of the game against Medusa.
No, it was one of those things that, like, it looked good until it didn't. It's like, oh yeah, he's scaling, he's got Mjolnir, but then never got a chance to keep split pushing and cutting waves. He's just been stuck reacting, fighting, needs to be with his team. I feel like a similar story from Malik as well, who had a very good start, then died a bunch of times in quick succession in that bottom lane, and now just hasn't felt the rhythm of the game kick back in. As we've got the Lycan shapeshift in towards the back. Elmo's going to get gripped up and killed as he dives deep behind tier 3 tower.
Huh.
Now the chase,
Yeah.
but it's into a minefield. You've got to be very delicate with your approach.
The Blink Hex Lycan kind of just played himself.
Yeah.
It's hard. They know about the mines. They know they can't go up on this high ground.
I mean,
They should be sending treants with Nature's Prophet.
I guess Lycan just expecting Ember Spirit to follow him. Like, come on, let's go. Nobody came with him. Some problems holding onto the staircase with the mines nearby. Trying to poke at anyone who comes up. The Shadow Fiend uses illusions to clear out some of this minefield. But you're still dealing with this, like, death by 1,000 cuts. Medusa illusions sent to clear the wave. Real Medusa just sitting and farming. You don't have any map space. Like, you need to kill this Medusa so bad.
Yeah. And every time I click her, she has another item. The BKB now as well, getting oh so strong. And she might even get a neutral item that will help her get stronger too, Gareth, because she's still rocking the weighted dice. And tier 4 item is coming in.
A good old weighted dice.
Honestly, think it was good that he held it until now, because his main job has been farming anyway.
Get that bonus gold. And what are we sitting on here? 1003 Ember Spirit. It's a pretty big paycheck if you're able to find him. He's playing Wisdom Shrine on that left-hand side as the smoke from Rune Eaters, again, just doesn't connect on anything. They've gone through that northern jungle and found nobody.
Okay, the vision. Listen to me here. They have MKB on Shadow Fiend. If they get the Dream Fight, Fiend Script the Medusa, SF right-clicking, they can do it. They can win the fight. But it needs to be on the back of SF getting auto attacks out. Otherwise, I don't see the win.
Well, Modus
See if we can
clear
make it happen.
dire vision, hold their own high ground vision. They saw this double damage rune get picked up, so they know the copy's coming. They're still going to get the BKB off on Bottega, though. Stonegate's not used, though. They've got the Cyclone into the sky. This Medusa kept alive. Stonegate's now up, and the Dark Lord's being right-clicked down. Shadow Fiend's gone. Oh, they're all dead. 4 out of here for the price of Medusa. And now Morel can chase in on towards Malik. The axe gets boomeranged, hunted down by the wolf, who blinks forward to get the full team wipe out. Well, they killed Medusa, Wagger.
They did. The unfortunate part is she has 4.3 HP per mana, and that's 2,000 mana, so some quick math, it's like 8,500 mana HP at least, and then 2,000 HP behind that. What I'm saying is, you gotta do some 20,000 damage to kill this thing.
And they've caught Dark Lord. The dieback of the Shadow Fiend. He's out of here. No more Horcruxes for him. He's gone for 110 seconds.
This is really awkward.
It's
Buys back
over,
and
it's
walks up,
over.
and it's just GG, yeah.
What a weird series. Like, stomp game 1 into kind of stompy comeback in game 2. Both teams really struggling to find the right pace of play, right? Slowing down too much here, speeding up too much there.
I think weird because of our region, because we have so many amazing teams here, and I'm very curious which ones are going to be the ones to claim the title. You know, a lot of assumptions are there, right? You assume the team vision, you assume the team spirit should be grabbing one slot each, but you never know. There are so many good teams, and they still will get tested in the next 2 series. They're obviously 2 series away from claiming a qualification up there in the upper bracket. However, in the lower bracket here, for some of the teams who are going lower bracket all the way, you have to win your first game, your second game, your third game, and the fourth game. So it's actually a longer distance in the lower brackets.
That's a long way to go. A lot of teams as well, like 16 teams in this EU region. It's an absolute bloodbath. We've already had, what, South America and China conclude with LGG coming out of South America. They had to win 4 series, and they're done. It's only 1 slot out of SAs, so it is that gauntlet you've got to run through. And then the 2 slots out of China, we had Resilience and Vici Gaming coming out. And it's going to get exciting as we get to the tail end of these qualifiers, just waiting for teams to find their way through. And now with the 3rd one, well, I guess the 4th team out of the 3rd region, OG getting them there. But we're in the here and now. Just waiting for Dark Lord to restart his PC, get back into the game, and get himself on this Wind Ranger. A hero that could just drag them, kicking and screaming, out of the laning stage, into some action. That's what we want. We just want some forced action. If there's only a way for us casters to poke the players and say, go do some stuff. I think game 1 and game 2 might have been a little bit more interesting.
So I was thinking about it when they picked. And in my mind, Malik, I've seen him play Wind Ranger before, you know, sometimes. So I really thought that this Wind Ranger was going to go to the off lane more likely. And I tried to think back, have I seen Dark Lord play Wind Ranger much? No, not really. In my mind, he just stands out as your average illusion nerd, right? Like, plays the typical carries, the Morphling, the TB, even looking up, I had to go and check him as well. His Liquipedia is literally that for signature heroes. PL, Morphling, TB. He is stock standard illusion nerd, just missing a Naga right there. So seeing him go into this on the Wind Ranger, I'm very excited to see how confident he is and how comfortable he is playing this matchup. Normally, Wind Ranger against TB is super good until suddenly TB has MKB and we're late into the game and it turns absolutely dog shit. It loses all its power.
Yeah, it just becomes unplayable immediately. It's not just you have the choice as well. It's not just MKB, but we've also seen like Yatro go with the Bloodthorn build, right? So you have choices as Terrorblade of how to deal with a Wind Ranger depending how the game's going.
You know, there's actually already potential to deal with the Wind Ranger quite innately. Wind Ranger used to have this undispellable wind run talent. That doesn't exist anymore. Yes, if you get the Aghanim Scepter, Tailwind becomes undispellable, but not the evasion part of the wind run. So the fact that they have Enchant, which is a dispel, Doom, which is a dispel, and potentially Doom could even Devour and get a dispel in the jungle, get the little Satyr creep. It could spell problems for Wind Ranger.
I could. That's a lot of dispels. Yeah, you're right. It's good then that Rune Eaters actually have covered a lot of their bases, and in previous games we've seen this hard carry of Dark Lord and then 2 kind of utility heroes or catch heroes out of Copy and Malik. This time around they've got Snapfire who can scale, Ember Spirit who can actually dish out damage depending on the itemization. So they have other heroes that can pick up the slack where Dark Lord might be lacking.
Yeah, true. Or at least take the attention, right? If they are big threats by having a lot of damage, then that's less focus on to Dark Lord. So he might be allowed to do his damage. And look at this sweep around.
Where are they going?
They're going to collide with Elmo, and a most unfortunate situation. That is awkward.
Look at the smile. He's like,
It's like, what are you doing here?
They're all over here. What are they doing in our back garden? They've jumped over the fences and they've found themselves.
Get off me lawn.
Yeah. MODUS having some kind of, you know, little cookout, little grill behind the tier 2 tower. Rune has smelt the delicious waft of doom.
It is really time for cookouts, isn't it? Nice weather nowadays.
I cannot wait to get my grill out and go out. It is time.
Barbecue some veggies on a stick, you know, nice stuff.
Time to start marinating things.
Skewers. Actually, I'm going to do that today. I'm heading down to the store. We're going to marinate. We're doing cookout tomorrow.
Very nice.
Or day after tomorrow.
What's your signature dish?
Lebanese food, of course.
Oh.
I have a Lebanese girlfriend,
Oh, hell
so it's good food. It's good food.
That's yours now. Just you appropriate it as quickly as you possibly can.
I got my own dishes that I make, but you know, down bottom, quick harassment coming in with the tag team. Disjointed though.
Courier has been killed.
We'll see across all 3 lanes. Looks like MODUS there going to give back onto Egg what he was giving to them. Put the Tusk at about a third of his HP. While Eke is giving Kasane the clicks, but Nature's attendants are up for the Enchantress to keep her healthy. So,
Yep.
no real blood being drawn. Just a few little punches and stabs.
It already sets the tone though for how this laning stage is gonna be. I think it's gonna be very aggressive on both top and bottom lane. So on your toes, Mr. Observer. I think this could be happening anywhere.
And then copying this mid lane, 1v1 against that puck. Already at 6-1 as they tie each other up. Malik and Eki quickly onto Kasane, very
There it
quickly
is.
blasting into the Enchantress, and yeah, you blink and you miss it, just disappearing in that top lane.
It's so quick. It's so quick. The burst potential on level 2. They didn't go for double level 2, by the way. Interesting play where Eki walked away, letting the Snapfire hit an earlier level 2 timing by staying out of the experience range. It's actually ended up working out really well for him.
Very intelligent stuff. Just little nuanced plays. You can see Eki yapping away about how to play the lane.
It's actually so complicated to read that as well. Sometimes you both need level 2, but sometimes just one of you hitting level 2 while both the enemies are level 1 is enough to win the lane.
Yeah, that's where they find themselves now. Snapfire 10-2, Terrorblade 7-1. And Terrorblade is going to struggle getting next to the wave as well, with Malik just planting himself inside the creeps. So forcing the metamorphosis, basically, just with positioning there. Because Bottega needs to hit creeps, he's got to pop the meta, trying to get some harassment forward as well. But it's a good reset by Rune to drag one of the creeps back and hold their wave where they need to.
Try to avoid taking too much damage during the metamorphosis. Really nicely done by them. And that's a big power spike gone. Didn't get a kill with it. I love the last hit, by the way. It's so even across the field right now. All the cores. It's Doom sitting on 9, but almost everyone else had 12 last hits at the same point in time.
Very even. Very balanced.
Competitive game.
Malik still trying to keep the pressure on, but under tower, kind of difficult to stop the TB from just dragging Malik creep. Missing last hit. Unfortunate for him. Copy a couple of creeps behind in this mid lane. Not too drastic though. And then down at bottom, Elmo catching up 13 CS for himself. So this Windranger and Tusk have been unable to shut down Elmo whatsoever.
I just realized that Tusk's name is like if Malik was a little bit sleepy and missed 2 of his letters when he typed his name, you know?
His keyboard's broken.
Yeah, it's like that M and L are missing. Otherwise, it's also a Malik. It's 2 of them.
It's also they've got
60% Malik.
Eki and Ike as well. It's like Ike, you know?
Sure.
2 or 3 players. You can just jumble up their names. Who's that Pokemon? Could be literally any of them. Seems like even after that first blood, we're going to settle ourselves into a calm laning stage. It feels like mid lane, not much is going to happen. Just trading out farm until maybe some of the supports rotate. You could argue Rubik and Tusk, very good heroes to go and guard the runes. Hoodwink and Enchantress can
quick
do a pretty
fingers
similar
there.
thing.
Mirel secures the rune, and that's gonna mean double rune for him. Really comfortable spot for the puck. That's what you need if you play puck. Fast reflexes. And meanwhile, harassment is never ending up top, but TP is still finding space to keep farming. And she's doing a fantastic job.
Dire structures are fortified.
Honestly, that double water rune. Morel's putting a bit of pressure onto Copy here. Forcing
More than a little.
a
Yeah.
touch of heal. Still holds a Fairy Fire though. Knew he had that as backup in the inventory. That means he's going to miss out on a couple of last hits. And he's going to make that long wander away. Does he just walk base?
He has to walk base, yeah. Unfortunately, there's no bounty rune to take. Down bottom now.
Yeah, Enchantress with a rotation Harpy. Coming in and zapping the Windranger, but Tusk with Rubik, they're onto Kasane. Ike dropping low quickly under the damage of Elmo and problems. The healing Nature's Attendants not enough to keep Kasane alive. So in the 3v3 bottom, it's a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, tag team is so strong. It started out looking pretty bad, but with the power of tag team and 3 heroes auto-attacking, they bring down the Enchantress as well. Even trade though, and this leaves some solo time up top. Malik versus Bottega. Ticket does have a stacked small camp, so should be pretty fine for him.
And that's even before 6-minute rune. 30 seconds to go. So we could see Rubik move from bottom lane through towards mid, guard a rune, help protect this Ember Spirit. Eki can give Copy a bit of a better time. It looks like Tusk is just going to TP straight back down to bottom, though.
Yeah, I feel like we already saw more rotations and moves than some of the previous games. You know, we've fought for the 4-minute rune, we've made TPs and gate moves. This is an active game, so like I said, I wish that both teams wake up in the final game, and they definitely look like it.
Oh yeah, they're definitely swinging for it. It's going to be a bit of fortune here for Copy, though. Amplified damage going to get bottled up, as Kasane was guarding the top rune for the puck. We'll see Malik just wander back after clearing some neutral camps. The Snapfire having a very good time. 35 and 10 for Malik so far, and closing it on level 6, which is a super important timing to hit. Because when Snapfire has that ulti ready, people just die.
Yeah. Yeah, true. She just needs someone to come and play over towards her, and very easily she can set up a kill even on Terrorblade. At least he did go Falcon Blade, buffing his HP a little bit. Otherwise, very low HP hero. Enchantress looking to steal Wisdom, so she's setting up by going behind, taking a creep, and then gonna move over.
That's an illegal move. You can't let this happen.
It is.
Rubik's going to TP and make sure 7 seconds before Kasane's going to get scouted, and Neki's like, hey, could I get some help over here? It's not just a 1v1, there's also this Ogre Frostmage coming in. Looks like Doom and Hoodwink going to get the Wisdom Shrine on the right-hand side, while Malik has to come and defend the left. Kasane going to get blasted. A scatter shot, the cookie forward. The damage is good. Kasane is going to die.
Yeah, so 1 for 1. We're not going to have this double Wisdom domination again, as we saw in the previous game. We had more of an even time. Meta was used just to farm from Terrorblade, speeding up his farm rate a little bit.
He needs every little thing he can. He's bottom of the net worth of the cause currently, but he's a hero that can catch up pretty quickly, dipping into jungle.
You know what? I don't completely dislike the meta to farm here, because fighting into a level 6 Snapfire is probably not happening anyway, so might as well just use it to get what advantage you can.
As long as he doesn't get killed on the hunt. It looks like he has backed up enough. Tusk was looking for it, and Copy with the amplified damage rune was also here in the top jungle.
Yeah, he cleverly walked past some creep camps, you know, don't farm the closest creep camps, and you just get vision of them going through the gate down to bottom, so Doom should be aware.
Is that an Age of Empires strategy? Don't mind the stone in your base, mind the stone in the enemy base.
Exactly, you take the enemy resources.
Keep that little pocket of gold for later on. Just wall it up. With a snowball into a shard, they'll wall up the Doom here, with the Kisses landing. It's ice and fire to take down the demon. Malik on a killing spree.
Undisciplined by Elmo. He thought he was far enough back, but he did see everybody going through the gate. He saw 2 supports going through the gate, and should really just have backed away a little bit earlier.
A little too bold, not respecting this. Snapfire level 6.
Oh, he didn't back, so he pretended they don't have vision on the gate, and now they will kill them on the gate.
Ah.
Surprise, we do have vision.
Ah, but you just go through the gate and the coil doesn't do anything. Malik says goodbye.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting.
So you trade your Doom for your Rubik. I'm pretty happy.
I guess
Sounds
it's
Rune Eaters.
maybe not the best. They kind of wanted the Snapfire as well, but can't have it all.
Copy gonna go for a dive. Shard's not gonna catch problems though. Problem's just gonna slip on past this Tusk.
Pressure is still coming in. TB trying to open up the map. We all know how well TB can farm when the map is open and towers are gone. He just sends solutions everywhere. He doesn't want to get caught pushing tower though, so he's gonna back away.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Is there a necessity for Radiant to play fast this game?
I would say so, yeah. But not necessarily yet.
No.
Like, you have a little bit of time to build your items, right? And eventually TB will become a massive problem. Like, before minute 30, you definitely want to start turning up the pace a lot. But you don't necessarily have to run at the enemy non-stop at 10 minutes. But somewhere between 20 you should.
Nice little snowball to dodge away from some damage there. And Morel's actually still being hunted down by Copy and forced to defensively orb. I snipe out the Hoodwink as they bring 4 heroes to try and push into the tier 1 mid lane. Enlisting a reaction out the Dire team. Kasane and Morel both here trying to defend this tier 1.
They have a catapult, but everybody backed out. They got the hoodwink kill, and then they just leave mid. So, feels almost like a missed opportunity. I thought they could get this tower.
Seems like they don't want to allow this Terrorblade to just have free time pushing into tier 1 up top. So Malik's like, all right, guys, I'm going to go gather this wave, you know, very selflessly stop the Terrorblade from farming and gather some farm for myself.
Yeah, if I happen to stumble upon a bit of gold on the way there, I mean, it's just like, who am I not to take it, you know? May as well farm.
But yeah, there is that timing of, I don't know, 25 minutes in where this Rune side is going to be pretty monstrous. Having Spirit Vessel, I don't know, plus Mage Slayer on the Ember Spirit. Dark Lord's going to have this Mjolnir done. Snapfire. She's going Kaya without the Boots of Travel, so similar to what we saw from Serenada. Do you like it, or is it more acceptable to skip Boots of Travel on offlane snap compared to mid snap?
I think it's more acceptable on offlane for sure, because Ember is going to fill that role that Snapfire didn't really cover in the previous game. So I think, yeah, here I'm more on board with it. It's really just impact from mid lane kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mid laner needs to be everywhere, and off laner doesn't need to be everywhere.
It's like more like you play into your offlaner, mid laners play into you more often than not nowadays.
Yeah, exactly.
And I guess Snapfire just goes all out maneuverability and damage. Blink into Kaya. As they do come back into this tier 1 mid lane to claim the objective. And the fact that they took that top tier 1 quite early on as well means Wind Ranger gets to farm through the Twin Gate up towards top. You're pressuring TB back and making sure that his farming grounds are pretty limited.
Can't get her. Runs away in time.
Eki.
Just have quite a bit of farm though on the Wind Ranger.
Eki with a stolen enchant has picked up an Alpha Wolf in the jungle. Maybe with copy they can kill Kasane. It's not an easy one. They've spent the coil now to stop the Ember from advancing as well. So Eki's just a free kill there for MODUS to take.
Yeah, he's gonna go down bottom. This is that global ability that we talk about. Having a Remnant down there quickly groups up with his team. Hard to play into this.
I keep thinking this Wind Ranger is Drow. I don't know, there's some like blue tint to the clothes she's wearing. It's only when I see the red cape that I'm like, okay, that's not Drow Ranger. There's a bit of green going on there as well. Backstabbing behind this tier 1 tower. The Wind Ranger also going to shift into the hoodwink, lands the shackle shot. Bushwhack comes in, but copy quickly sprinting and remnanting into action. Going to get another bonus kill. Elmo and Problems both dying.
Yeah, this is very nice. Looking really, really good from Rune Eaters. Quick moves, and this is what they need to do. Because late game is favored for MODUS. They have that TB Doom skills really well into late game. Even Puck becomes a massive problem. But if they just punch it earlier in the game, like I was trying to say earlier, like around like but before minute 20 at least, but as early as possible, you want to ramp up a lot. And that's what we're seeing.
And getting these moves for copy as well, like straight up to 2 Spirit Vessel charges feels incredible. Because now you can just keep playing forward and get up to the top lane, play with your Snapfire.
I really like that it's become norm as well in competitive, basically, that even if you have a Spirit Vessel buyer, you're still going for the Essence Distiller, as we see on Rubik. It's just an amazing Urn upgrade as well.
We'll lift Kasane back in. Missed the cookie from Snap, but they've got Chains and Scatterblast. Plenty of magic damage to burst her down. Another pick off in Kasane top lane, but this is Enchantress kind of bodyguarding the Terrorblade, putting herself in harm's way, so at least Bottega can keep farming.
I mean, this is fantastic. They're doing so much to pressure and punish anyone who shows on lanes, and this is really putting the fear in Puck and TB, who are not really doing too much across the map yet. Morel gets his hands on a Regen rune, which is nice, but until he has Blink Dagger, he struggles to do too much.
That's a nice pushback into Doom bottom though. They're on this Wind Ranger very quickly dispatching with the Dark Lord. No reaction coming out of the Rune Eaters at all.
I think it's better to not react there, because the kill is happening no matter what. You can't save her anymore, and they would just run away.
Yeah, instead, maybe try and go for a play of your own, but you've been rustled in that top jungle. A coil into kill on the Tusk, now a catch onto copy. Trying to get there with a Bushwhack, but it doesn't land. The Ember Spirit. He's got 2 remnants, 21 charges. Pretty close to 0 chance he's dying here.
Yeah, he'll be fine with both Coil and Doom expended. He basically cannot die unless there's some insane like Sunder around the corner situation. So he should be very confident now. play forward, know that the cooldowns are keeping him safe. He generally has a really good read on the game, I feel. He's going to take advantage of this.
Dark Lord back to farming bottom lane. That's something that a lot of these teams we've seen put a lot of emphasis on, especially Radiant team defending that bottom tier 1 tower to make sure they've got a bit of a launch pad to defend the Tormentor, and maybe try and pivot towards Roshan. So they're continually sending heroes down here to kill problems, to try and defend Dark Lord.
Aww.
And the Mjolnir proc is going to finish him off.
On the last hit, yeah. I mean, he didn't get a proc on the first 2 attacks, so he was most likely gonna get one anyway.
He was owed it.
Unfortunate.
He deserved it.
Hit it. Get it.
Morel, 201. Unkilled. I don't get the essence distiller put on him. Uncomfortable position to be in.
This Kasana move tells you a lot about the vibes in the MODUS team right now. The fact that Ench is just sitting down here farming jungle and building towards an Aghanim Scepter is really saying that, okay, guys, we don't want to fight now. We can go pick off with Doom, but other than that, they're just mode farm.
Wait for late game. Just try and bridge the gap, get through the storm, weather it as best you can. Classic stuff. Time to turtle down.
Tortoise down?
I wasn't going to say anything. You did that to yourself. You're turtles and tortoises and tortoises. Terrible. And Terrorblade up top. Defended by, what, 3 heroes? Back up all around him. Morale. Problems sat right behind Bottega.
Ench is considering going through the gate. He just gets the tower down bottom with just his enchant creep. And Puck fights Rubik. Could be a nice little pickoff.
Yeah, easy snipe on Eki. That's another situation where Rune just kind of move into a position, look for a move of their own, then it falls apart and they go their separate ways. They scatter and they just leave Eki to die.
That's how you do it. Leave a support. Quickly say that you don't know him. Run away with face boots or TP out with travels. Even better.
The support is asking, where are you? Where were you? I was never there. What are you talking about? I've always been bottom lane ganking the Enchantress.
We never go top lane, Rubik. You silly sod.
We only kill Ench. Get Kasane one more time. 5th death of the game. Half of the kills for Rune Eaters are kills on the Enchantress.
Yeah, worth mentioning that Puck and TB have not died a single time, so doing a good job staying alive. And Puck even getting involved in quite a few kills now. Looking at Rubik again, has everything at his disposal. It's basically a solo kill here if he just goes for it.
Well, it looks like it. Just get right on top of Eki and find him again. Honestly, MODUS have done a tremendous job dodging this Malik Snapfire, who had a great laning stage, got that's level 6, got some kills, started spiraling. There's a 4-0-1 snap, but now has kind of hit a wall as MODUS dodge literally every move that Rune Eaters are making.
Yeah. It's important that the Snapfire doesn't fall off and become useless, you know, not able to join fights. So he is queuing up the travels. He knows, man. Brown boots, bad. Bad boots.
Travel's good.
Travels, very good. Terrific.
Are scanning.
Blink is ready on the Tusk.
Did you ever go through a phase where you refused to buy boots?
Refuse?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean refuse to buy boots?
I had a period of, I don't know, 2 or 3 months where I disagreed with boots as an item. So
You just... the concept of shoes?
The thing is, this was Dota 1, so I would pick Treant and Weaver.
Sure.
And they didn't need boots.
Mean, it's okay. It's fair if you did it on those heroes. That would be okay. If I saw you on Spirit Breaker playing without boots or something, it would be a different story.
No. I'm not stupid. I'm just weird, okay?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Fair.
A little grab on problems. Another support dead.
I mean, that's completely normal. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm still 50-50 on the Weaver, by the way. I sometimes buy power treads. I sometimes skip it.
Yeah.
I think Weaver is completely okay to have power treads on, but you don't need them.
To be fair, this was back in the day when Windranger and Tide used to buy Battle Fury. You know, Dota 1 Wild West days of itemizing was pretty crazy.
Battle Fury Tide just do spin on every attack.
Yeah, just get the spin animation.
Animation.
Just anchor smash everything. Cycle around. Yeah, I was sick and tired of people buying boots in the secret shop, the side shop, you know? Just go into the jungle, buy the boots. I was just sick and tired of that. None of that nonsense for me.
The side shop. They should bring it back. It was so good. It had everything you needed.
Blink, bottle, boots.
Yeah.
All the good items starting with B.
And some random region. They used to have like ringer health there too. You could buy it and sell it again.
Yeah.
To abuse.
Oh look, it's Kasane in the top jungle. Not dying this time though. Actually surviving.
Yeah, kind of thriving. Tanky enough. And that was the last vessel charge for Ember, so wasting a bit of resource there. Tormentor is on the menu, but they have been spotted by Observer Ward. Can Hoodwink get there in time to punish? He's trying. Problems. Get there, man. Get there.
Scurrying down into the Tormentor.
He's trying. He doesn't have scurry.
Oh, he doesn't.
Scurry, you little rat.
Trying to get there. Sharpshooter flies in. Has a snowball to dodge any further aggression. And it looks like Tormentor taken shard for Eki. There's still a smoke coming, though, from Modus as they maneuver down from the top jungle all the way towards the bottom right corner. But it's such a slow journey.
Do miss on the path to cut them off, though. His Blink Dagger. Oh, he's on the wind.
They found a Wind Ranger. Doom straight up with a morale cut across. Dark Lord is dead. And now, maybe a catch onto Eki with the Infernal Blade to stop any chance of TPing home and a bonus kill for them. Yes, you got the Tormentor. All kisses onto Bottega. He's got himself a bit of distance, juking around away with a Sunder onto Illusion. He's still around 30% HP, but he's been rooted up again. A copy. Very important kill.
Than nothing, but not enough to sustain against the magic damage of an Ember and a Snap. There's just so much coming in.
Dire are scanning.
That was a very, very good catch down bottom, but unfortunately, their carry decided to play super aggressively up top at the same time. Got punished.
Yeah, maybe expecting all of them to TP bot and try and react and try and fight. That just wasn't the case.
Unfortunately, misread the situation a little bit. It's okay. At least the Wind Ranger also died.
Yeah, carry for carry. Balance in all things. Nothing to speak of in terms of net worth lead or kill lead or anything, though. 23 minutes in, we're heading into a pretty dead even game. So it's going to come down to like smoke moves, Roshan take, objective taking, and terrain holding. As Rune does the wants to step first into the pit and even Cookie over to high ground to find the Hoodwink who was lurking.
I think that tips them off that they are on Roche, but it doesn't really matter much if they're tipped off. They can't really get there.
No stopping this now. Not even going to try and steal it.
It's going to be Dark Lord getting Aegis. Fantastic spot to be in. Having the Aegis on Wind Ranger can now really open up the map.
Cares much less about the Doom.
Yeah, and he can also be a bigger threat to TB. It's the aggressive component as well. When you have Aegis, you can just run in, and with Windrun and Focus Fire, he could kill TB quite quickly.
Now he just gets to sit in that top lane as well, push in towards tier 2. Ember Spirit can run through that mid lane, keep throwing out waves and cut across to join up with the rest of the team. Dark Lord's going to try and
ultimate.
kill off the Croaker.
Where's around mid? Can he get onto a good target?
Tuska's the one being pummeled by the Doom and the Pug. Ember Spirit, looks like he's not going to be able to wrap around there. Instead, wants to maybe try and connect top lane. The original plan was to gather her up and play with this Wind Ranger. And again, I think Modus doing a good job dodging when Rune is a strong. Modus is just sitting back and saying, okay, we hide behind our towers. We keep on farming. We're going to cut the map with the Puck. And it's your job to come and hunt us.
Exactly. The game is very even still in terms of gold. Sure, they have Aegis, but if they don't get too much done in terms of objectives, they are scaling towards late game with a TB, Doom, and Puck. I'll be very happy with that if I was Modus. Also, they have Enchantress Aghanims. That's insane. He already has it.
Just rushed Ags, yeah.
Yeah, he's got Brown Boots, Magic Stick, Ags. And this Aghanims, let me tell you, if you have not played against it or played it, it is broken. It is so annoying. Yes, and Hoodwink gets slowly taken down by Copy.
Eventually.
Talking about this this Enchantress, Little Friends is just a really busted ability. It is a root that can last for up to 5.5 seconds, and you cannot do much about it. It's not dispellable.
So you just put it on the Ember Spirit and he's screwed.
Yeah, pretty much. Or Wind Ranger for that matter.
How is it not dispellable, by the way?
It's not dispellable. You can press BKB when it's on you and it will stay on. It's disgusting.
That's kind of wild, actually. Okay.
Cannot be dispelled.
I thought I'd seen disgusting stuff from Enchantress already with the Necronomicon last will units getting the bonus damage on last will. Funniest thing I've ever seen.
No, I learned the hard way how disgusting this is. I had like some game, played Queen, you know, 15 kills, 0 deaths, and then suddenly a support presses this on me and I just die. I'm like, what? How am I Fiend script essentially from a 20-second cooldown ability?
Wait, am I being DDoSed? Why can't I BKB or Yules or anything?
Yeah.
What's that happening?
I mean, you can use your Yules, but it does not dispel, and it lasts so long. It would actually last even after you land.
That's crazy.
Tower is under attack.
Well, with nothing in it, it's down to Rune to try and use this timer on the Aegis to keep applying pressure. They've not been able to make any cutting deep moves so far. We see Doom and Puck on streaks. Terrorblade has been sat pretty, farming jungle, keeping things very close in the net worth department, and even bringing numbers to defend top tier 2. Morel and Kasane force the Ike Tusk back. And even getting a little poke here onto the Wind Ranger. Half HP for Dark Lord.
Not too bad. That at least fends them off, and meanwhile the TB Illusions are shoving down bottom.
And the Wind Ranger just getting relentlessly harassed and hounded by this Puck. You've lost your Aegis for nothing now. And now with a jump from Elmo, they're going to try and go for the Doom play to catch the Wind Ranger. Lifted, dragged, saved by Eki. And they've got problems on the right-hand side being dealt with by Copy. So they kill a support.
Doom.
And Doom, I mean, he's just getting turned on. He stole Doom, did he? Well, down you go. Now TB with a BKB going, trying to kill off Malek, but it doesn't get it. What a wild, disparate fight. Now the Terrorblade is left alone here against Copy. Ember Spirit, BKB's up, trying to kill off the Terrorblade. He's not got quite enough. Sunder back onto Kasane. Tag team, slide, but no remnants remaining. Copy's dead? Malek died as well?
Crazy stuff going on here. The Puck absolutely popping off. Puck and TB just standing very strong in that fight, but I do want to give credit to Doom still. He created a lot of space by jumping in there. Sure, he didn't kill the Wind Ranger due to a very good save from Rubik. Rubik Shard throwing the Wind Ranger to safety was the only reason that she lived.
Yeah, I'm going to need like 5 replays to figure out what happened
like,
here.
Right here, a throw to safety steals the Doom, and then eventually Doom's the Doom, and Doom is dead. And then Rubik dies as well. I believe, did Puck jump him? No, it was just always TB hitting from the high ground.
So Doom dies, then Rubik dies, and TB's here. Wait, Malek TP... Oh, so Malek doesn't TP home. Malek TP's next to the Puck and then just dies to the Puck. While Copy thinks he's got teammates coming, Wind Ranger chases the Puck to the left, and Tusk is still trying to catch up to save him, but he's got no remnants left. I mean, communication breakdown big time there. MODUS take full advantage of it.
This is very concerning though, because these early fights, they need to win on the side of Radiant. The Dire team scale insanely hard in the late game. This was before MKB on Terrorblade. This is before they start getting Octarine Core and these disgusting items on Puck, where Puck becomes a completely unplayable hero to run into. And yeah, even Dota Plus is saying this is a massive win rate advantage right now, and I kind of agree. I think they weathered the storm. The hardest part of the game, let's just not feed right now.
Well, they've caught Kasane again. Congrats, you're going to kill an Enchantress.
Yeah, it's an Ench. It's fine. She reveals the rotation. You get to back out.
Everyone else gets to escape. But yeah, we're going to hit MKB, TB territory pretty soon. That's where Wind Ranger's life gets hellish. There was such a good timing as well from MODUS. That was BKB arrived for the Terrorblade as they were defending tier 2, and then they got to follow through with the fight directly after.
Yeah. No, they communicated about that for a while there. They were like, guys, we can actually punish them on them pushing here. I think it started with Ench, who was hovering around. So, you know, Ench was playing out there. And then they actually make something happen with it. And Morel shining a lot on the Puck right now. very, very close to Octarine Core.
Yeah, I mean, after a game one floundering, this is MODUS now picking things back up and playing as we expected them to. A good start onto this Wind Ranger. Needs the cookie and the safety with the BKB, but the Terrorblade's still coming with the physical damage now. Chasing forwards, the final touch is coming. Right-click launched, Wind Ranger dead. Kisses chucked in on towards Elmo. He's going to pop the wand and survive, though. Malik doesn't cook it to high ground, and Eki is getting focused by the TB. Lifts himself to low ground. Congregations of the deep trying to stun up and kill Elmo, but he's been sundered and saved.
Huh?
Terrorblade, what are you doing? Low HP, but keeps the Doom alive.
Yeah, Doom is like, yo, don't die, TB. He almost killed himself on the neutral creeps there. Good save stone. They win that fight cleanly. This is starting to look very, very favored for MODUS. That was with the DD Rune, by the way. DD Rune on Puck is just amazing to have because you normally have a lot of mobility and, you know, you're pretty flexible, but now having the DD as well.
No, Wind Ranger just way out of position. Thinking, yeah, you do have these saves with the Tusk and the Snapfire, but if you get doomed, the fight is kind of just over. You've got to get the hell out of there. And we're in a situation here where we have the Congregations of the Deep, Riverborn Aura on this Doom, actually just amping himself and his allies up as he sits in the water. Terrorblade getting all this bonus damage from it.
I was curious what happened there with the Puck. So Puck coiled the Ember, even though Ember could get to safety. It took all the HP away from Ember, and Ember couldn't join the fight because of it. Imagine if Ember was here. That 1 HP Terrorblade would not be living. No way in hell. So very nice play by Puck still to just get rid of the Ember. Use that DD Rune and the coil.
Now a 3k lead for MODUS. Yeah, they're definitely stepping it up now. The sweat beading on the foreheads of Rune Eaters as they know this early game and laning phase hasn't built up enough of a lead for them to dominate heading into, I mean, honestly, heading into late game now. In 32 minutes
it's stressful. It's very stressful at this point, and this is where you start looking towards your carry like, you're a gold tier Wind Ranger, you're on wind. Can you carry this? Like, can we go late game? And it's a bit uncertain.
But yeah, especially when Snapfire again going for this more magic focus build. Understandable, of course, coming out of the off lane, but isn't going to scale into the right clicker. And they're trying to play aggressively under tower here, diving deep under tier 2 to get a kill on problems. But with Elmo arriving, dooming up the Ember Spirit, Morel starts the shackle shotted though. The Wind Ranger finds a perfect opening for the Kisses to come in. Exactly what the Rune Eaters needed. Blow up Morel. Buy back out of Hoodwink though with another catch onto this Ember. There's the Terrorblade damage that we needed. MODUS, they fight back, hold on to this area of the map, get the trade out, mid for mid.
I think a mistake by Ember. He turned around too early there. Like, he got doomed very early on, ran away, was safe, and then they get the kill on Puck. But Ember, how did he find himself on the front line still with Doom on him? Actually, would love to see a replay there. Did he just want to turn as soon as possible? Because I think he got caught out a bit.
Yeah, lost track of where the enemies were. MODUS still ready to put up the wall and fight back on it. And shove Rune Eaters away from that tier 2 mid. And trading mid for mid here feels super good because you kept Terrorblade alive. Bottega can just go back out, push out waves, farm, send illusions forward, and you are just making the map really difficult to play.
Yeah, we can see a start here. As they start Roche, of course, we'll keep track of that if there's a contest. You see the Ember here getting doomed. And here I thought he was fine. Like, he's so far away. But he ends up going in with Doom still on him. I think this is a crucial mistake. He didn't wait out the Doom properly. And now he's just dead.
He walks next to the Wind Ranger to get bushwhacked. Yeah, that is really rough.
I mean, what are you doing running forward while Doom for 8 more seconds? That's a mistake.
Yeah. Miscom. They do get the Aegis, though. Dark Lord killing off Roshan, getting that Aegis to the Immortal. So something in the pockets of Rune Eaters here to try and put their thumb on the scale.
Yeah.
And MODUS are the ones who've been meeting out vengeance here in game 3.
Very closely matched final game, though. I'm so happy we get this after what was 2 very, very boring games. This game is actually pretty hype. I still can't tell you who's going to win. It's, you know, obviously some advantage going MODUS for late game, but it's within 3,000 gold difference at 35 minutes. That is nothing.
It's all down to execution now.
Yeah.
You know, thinking about like the setup into shackle shots, the catches from the Ember Spirit, trying to play through these BKBs. And of course, MODUS showing that they can just bodyguard this Terrorblade, throw the Doom on one of the Radiant Cores, put these little friends on someone, allow time for Bottega to reset. He's going pretty defensive on this Terrorblade, honestly. BKB, Pike, Manta Style, MKB into Skadi. He's going to have like 3,500 health with, 60 armor.
It's pretty defensive, but going for the MKB is already a big non-survivability item, right? So
yeah.
The rest of the items have to make up for that, and that's why he went BKB. I really feel bad about not having Skadi if I'm playing him, playing TB in this situation. So it makes sense that he's queuing it up as the next item. Just get that bit of stats. Feels so good for you and your illusions.
That's a good build. I like it. Rune is going to try and smoke with the Aegis on the Wind Ranger. Showing herself bottom lane. They've smoked in towards mid lane and trying to catch anyone pushing a wave. But there's no erroneous movements out of Modus. They have tucked themselves all the way back behind tier 3s on the right-hand side. And then Puck Enchantress playing through that top lane and then the gate to get these waves shoved all the way out and even cut the wave bottom.
Oh, he thought it was the real one, but it was just a Manta illusion.
So he ulted it. Yeah.
Yeah, popped the ulti, and now
he's going to get jumped. Straight up stunned. Congregation of the Deep, dead. Aegis gone. First life of Dark Lord. I feel like we've seen this story before. Malik on the high ground, going to get piked back. Can't really land any covering fire. Well done by Kasane. Eki nearly straight up dies, but they've saved the Wind Ranger, at least for now.
Yeah, did you see that? Eki went in with the previous Doom that he already stole last fight. He still had it. Throws the Doom onto Doom before Doom can Doom.
Now it's your turn to Doom the Doom the Doom.
He preempted the Doom.
Doom.
But
Doom,
that means... What does it mean, Gareth? They can still make a play. They have Doom.
They do still have Doom. And Coil.
And Aegis was bursted, so this is a very vulnerable spot still for the Ember. Oh boy, he shows himself. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, straight up.
I like that. Lead with the Congregationist of the Deep. Best initiation tool there. Nice play by Doom.
Big kill on copy. Now the entire map. See, like, this is the thing, right? If Radiant kills the court hero, it doesn't feel like much happens. They maybe get to take a little area of the map and maybe a couple of jungle camps. If Dio kills a core hero, the map just gets swarmed by TB illusions. Bottom shoved, mid being cut and shoved, top lane the other heroes are there pushing. The map just immediately becomes 30% smaller.
That's pretty true, actually, yeah. And they have to be very careful now, because now with the Eye of Skadi on Terrorblade as well, he's going to be significantly stronger in the team fight.
Oh, look! They found Kasane.
Jesus. Focus Fire and Little Shredder with tag team. He's just dead.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. But now, Modus have the information. They know there's 4 heroes in that top jungle. So they can go to Twin Gate, they can cut wave, they can dip back, and not give up any position.
Trying to catch, but not fast enough to find the Doom. Running down bottom, though. Eki's trying to set up for something. He knows that they're down here. He's not wrong.
And this Tusk has walked straight into the Doom. Yules into the sky, but Terrorblade's
what have you
arrived.
done?
He's snowballing up. And he's going to blink back into the trees and TP. Can they catch him? Can they find him? No. Well, no. We can't keep tabs on the Tusk.
Valiant try with the blind blink right there. Bit panic situation as Ike blocked himself with his ice shards at first.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I did expect the net worth lead to kind of build faster for Modus with the way things have been going. So, shout out to Rune Eaters for kind of keeping it close.
Yeah, honestly, they're all pulling their own weight, right? Like 24,000 net worth on the Snapfire. Malik is doing a big part of this farming. But yeah, Wind Ranger not too far behind the Terrorblade. It's basically the net worth difference right there. It's the 3,000 advantage for TB.
Yeah, straight up carry to carry diff. Rune is on the back foot, looking to clear out this mid wave and, I don't know, maybe go and smoke and make another play. It's just, what are you making the play for? There's no Roshan for at least 2.5 minutes.
You can crack buildings fast if you win a fight, so I think you just try to find literally anyone.
And Modus gonna go for a smoke of their own. Knowing they've got Rune Eaters on the back foot, they're not in a rush to go and do anything. Just go out and gather information. Get the Arcane Rune for yourselves.
There's some good tools now with the Blink Hex on the Snapfire. Good setup to find kills. Still not quite at the Wind Waker yet on Tusk. Takes a little while longer to finish that.
Oh, they've got to jump on Snap, but she's got distance away. I'm still looking for the go here. Puck thinking about the shift up to high ground, but there's no one to be found up there.
Just inching forward, the Puck with the Arcane Rune feels completely unkillable. He sees the Tusk, he's gonna go on him.
Yeah, coiled.
Twice some time.
Leash him up. He's given himself vision up onto high ground to not just blink, but also maybe snowball back up there, and it looks like he's okay.
TP's to safety in the end. Puck wasn't sure how many people were behind him, so didn't want to overcommit.
Well, they kept themselves alive. They're losing their tier 2s pretty quickly, though, to this Bottega Terrorblade. No calm in sight. They've got to clear out these waves. Hold out. Just wait for their moment.
Linkus is just complete on Ember. Wind Ranger is insanely close to a Satanic. Some big power spikes coming up here for Radiant.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They've got to get something off the back of this smoke. You need big kills here as Rune Eaters. Like, catching Kasane again is not going to cut it. You need Morel, you need Bottega.
They're gonna break.
They're sat on the high ground, smoke breaking though, and a phase shift into blink away, gets distance for the Puck. Ike is trying to focus the Doom, but they're turned on quickly. Both Eki and Ike in trouble here as they're getting slammed by the stuns and control. Bottega now chasing forward as well with a catch onto this snap fire. She TP's home. Still doomed in Fountain though, and ticking low until she falls backwards into the well.
Man, that was a really good position to break the smoke. They stand on the high ground. Really unfortunate for Radiant as they try to make a dangerous move. Maybe one buyback expended. Not sure how much they want to push here as Metamorphosis is running out in not too long.
Yeah, try and get the most out of it. If you buy back on Rubik, maybe you just run in and die. Sent an illusion forward to try and tank things up, but your tier 3 tower is going to fall, and that might be the signal now for Modus just to retreat.
Good damage dealt. Tier 3 gone. Can back out and build towards even more item advantage. Swift Blink is the next item that Terrorblade wants, replacing his power treads. And not too far away from it as well, as the 3k lead suddenly jumps to an 8k lead.
Yeah, I mean, well, we've now hit late game properly, haven't we? With a fat Terrorblade, a Wind Ranger who hasn't really found her mark.
On paper, this is where Dire should be winning. But question is, can Radiant find the right jumps? They've done it before here in this game, in this series. See if they can do it again.
The heat is really on, though. It takes so much execution, so much brain power to find your target. Like, first of all, it's setting up, right? You need vision. You need to be able to scout people out, see where this Puck and Terrorblade are sitting. Because they don't show themselves initially in the team fight. They allow the Ench Hoodwink Doom to break vision. Things like this, where Elmo literally just jumps in onto them. Ooh, and he's forced to BKB up as the Orchid was put on him to cancel the Doom.
Yeah. BKB spent for both of them. Octarine Core on the Doom, though. No Octarine on Ember. Cooldown advantage. Could go fight before Embers comes off cooldown with your Doom BKB timing. What is it, like a 20-second window? Yeah.
It could be important here because Roshan, he's back.
Radiant are scanned.
Radiant scan, knowing what's up. Modus, they straight up head into the pit. This might be a chance now for Rune Eaters, though. It is a funnel, a single point of contact where they can go and execute with their teamfight ultis, and they've got information about where Modus are sitting, but the approach is difficult. Rune Eaters don't have control of their high ground. They've got an observer ward a little further back here to watch what's coming, but they can't press past Kasane's Enchantress, who just sits there and bodyguards the pit.
Yes, it's Ench and also Mirel on the Puck with DD Rune. You really don't want to fight into that. That's so hard. Octarine DD Rune Puck is super scary.
I'm still thinking about playing under this vision, though. Making a jump on the Enchantress. Lincoln's popped on the Ember Spirit, gets away as Mirel is going to force the Snapfire to disengage. Scardy slow onto this Wind Ranger, though. The damage on the Wind Ranger's killed off Dark Lord.
Oh, no,
he's got buyback available. He's going to have to use it because Copy has been blown up and he doesn't have buyback. Kisses are going to come landed onto Kasane, but I don't think this Enchantress really cares.
Yeah, she's completely fine. And the pause comes out from Elmo. What a great spot they're in now. Buyback forced on the Wind Ranger. No buyback on the Ember. They don't know for sure that he doesn't have buyback though. Because it's not a timer. It's that he spent his money. But they could suspect it with him buying the Lincolns earlier. They could sneak out that he doesn't have buy.
I might be able to figure it out.
Well, you could definitely poke high ground, right? You have Aegis, so you're sending in your TB. Just need the creep wave.
Yeah, I mean, he's basically just popped meta, so you want to use this for something. Go finish that top lane of barracks. But you got to gather the wave up first. So a little bit of time there. That's going to get wasted.
Almost 9,000 gold on the TB, 8.6. Absolutely enormous. After this Aegis is gone, it's going to be a Swift Blink slotting into it. That's good. Get him, admin. State your reason.
What is the issue? And we had Eki as the pause started. Just a few words of encouragement to his team. Okay, we lost the Ember Spirit. Just let this top lane of barracks die. There's no need to commit to anything. We are now in mode wait.
We're ready, they say. So, I mean, the admin resolved the issue by just asking what the issue is. There's no issue anymore. Nobody wants to fight the admin.
That's a problem in science, right? Observing the experiment changes the experiment. As soon as the admin looks at the problem morphs. It's a quantum adminning or whatever it is.
Quantum adminning, yeah. Or the observation of the mammoth squid or whatever, colossal squids, you know? They've only seen so many in the world ever, but that's because they go down and shine a bright light. Can't see any squid.
Nope.
They leave.
There's nothing down there.
Oh, with a refresher shard used on Doom, he must have blinked someone with his smoke.
Mirel gonna give vision. Sees the Wind Ranger and gets the two-man coil to start things
That's a
off.
great target.
They're not gonna go for it though. Holding and waiting, just focusing buildings as the glyph gets forced.
I love Ike's positioning. He's just standing there, menacing.
Getting scouted.
Huh?
They know where he's sat. Seen by the orb. Has to snowball now. Yule Scepter and maybe a blink away could get him to safety. Yeah, and a little bit of distance for him. Now down to 40 seconds without the Ember Spirit, but you'll watch your barracks die. Now Elmo. He makes a jump, but doesn't land. The congregations of the deep. The tentacles won't land, and he's been lifted back into a Yule Scepter catch. He's going to BKB, get punched into the skies. The AoE doom of Eki. Not able to connect on anything. Now the Tusk is out in the open, slain as Elmo gets dragged back in again, killed off by Malik. And a snap buyback out this Tusk. I thought more was coming, but that's a reset now from MODUS.
Yeah. Completely fine for them to reset though. I mean, they forced buyback on the Wind Ranger, forced buyback on the Tusk, and did some serious damage, taking one lane of Rax as well. They have started putting the pieces together for a win. Still have 3 minutes on this Aegis as well, so next respawn on the Doom here, they can go again. Meanwhile, they could go and tick Tormentor, maybe not idle around too much, but it looks like they want to keep their opponents shoved into the base.
It's such a hard spot to be in as Rune Eaters. Just waiting in your base, hoping for something to happen. Relying on mistakes of your enemies to turn this game. And requiring supreme execution just to try and exploit any of those mistakes that may or may not happen.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, at least they have pretty good scaling on the Snapfire, who's actually overtaken the Wind Ranger in farm, but she is not a right-click build, you know. But her spellcasting is pretty strong now. She has the 8 extra globs talent, so the DPS on her ulti is insane now.
And they're able to step out of their base momentarily. And Dark Lord killing off some of these TB illusions with a Bloodthorn, making sure they bloody die. But MODUS not giving up position. Enchantress and Hoodwink, just 2 heroes sat by the Observer Ward, holding that high ground by the Radiant Ancients. Terrorblade shoves out that bottom lane, then TPs across the map to get himself back to the outpost to rejoin his squad.
Yeah,
so again, the map just gets smaller.
Yeah, with Doom coming back, Aegis still 80 seconds remaining. That is plenty. Doom finally TPs to join his team. Did they have a smoke? They do. Smoking up already. This could be big.
We've even got Prophet's Pendulum on this Terrorblade, so like focusing and killing TB seems impossible, honestly.
Yeah, get delayed damage.
And they've got a catch on Eki. A coil into the impetus shots landing, and Terrorblade's damage comes through quickly from half to 0. Rubik dead now for over a minute and a half.
Yeah, they should know that he doesn't have buyback, as it was a used buyback previously.
4 versus 6. Aegis on the
Serious
Terrorblade.
damage.
40 seconds left on that Aegis. They'll place the banner and kill the buildings. Nothing that the Radiant can do. Lincoln's popped there. Elmo, he doesn't spend the Doom. Holds on to it. And forces Copy back to the fountain with the move of Morel.
Didn't have coil ready. If he had it, he would probably use it and try and force out the BKB from the Ember, but still building damage coming in. This meta feels like it lasts forever with the 30 seconds extra duration.
And that's Kisses used as suppressing fire, forces them back.
Yeah.
Morel, Eon Disc is going to pop there and allow the escape of the puck as he goes pretty deep by the tier 4 towers.
Puck is saying, why aren't you guys pushing? Like, look at all the space I'm doing, but Morel says, fine, we can back out, reset, wait for the next timer. Aegis is out, of course, so no need to stress anymore.
And Metamorphosis is about to expire as well, so maybe a moment for Rune to strike. It's very difficult to hold their base.
It's a tight window, though. It's a really small window where they can do something before the cooldowns come off again. Metamorphosis is available in just 40 seconds.
And it's that thing you said, right, about the best teams being ahead of the curve and pre-planning for stuff like that. Because if it is such a tight window, you need to have already gone. If you want to make a move on that Terrorblade, it has to have already happened.
Yep.
They are not comfortable playing at that
takes
speed.
like 20 seconds to run out in a smoke only, so, you know, the window is already closed. There's 10 seconds cooldown on the meta.
Yeah, and it's actually just Modus who re-smoke themselves. They're going to go through the top lane. Oh, they're going to catch Malik Snapfire, maybe.
Oh,
He shows on the wave with a cookie. The jump in, Congregations.
Oh, it missed.
That's not going to land. This TB Scardy slow, though, gets in towards them. Snowball save buys a bit of time here. Ike saves Malik. They're going to throw this Terrorblade in towards Fountain. Bottega TB. No Aegis.
TB.
Trying to find a target to Sunder. 4 staff back. Sunder's Kasane kept alive. The Enchantress also survives. Copy trying to chase down Bottega now as well as a low HP Terrorblade with no Sunder available, so the kiss is landing. They'll kill him off. Modus go a bridge too far. Now the chase from Copy, trying to catch up to Elmo. This Ember Spirit getting chain disabled, but does get a bit of distance. Impetus shots are flying in towards Copy, nearly killing him. 20 health remaining on Ember, while the rest of the squad fighting around Malik's and Dark Lord's Wind Ranger. There's a Congregation to the deep, though, and Dark Lord's been chain stunned up and killed off immediately.
Yeah.
Walks into death, gone for 2 minutes, dead forever, it feels like, as Morel, Kasane slay another couple of heroes. Trading out beautifully, Modus find another core kill.
Do they not just pull the trigger on all of them here? I guess they could chill, but Wind Ranger does not have buyback. They know that it's a full minute. I feel like they could go and end it with the next TV push, but he doesn't have Metamorphosis if he buys back. That's the problem.
Yeah, he's looking at his death timer and the meta timer, and they're basically the same number.
Yeah, and that means we don't click it. Yeah, we chill. Makes sense. Puck can still look to do some damage here, though. And by the way, Stolen Sunder on Rubik is an interesting one. Let's see if he can do anything with that. Maybe
He's been getting some good steals.
It is one way to save whoever gets doomed, since it is not a heal.
HP swap.
Yeah.
It's a way, yeah. Will it come into fruition? Well, they got a catch on the puck here. Okay, Morel actually blown up.
Even through the Lincoln Sphere, his Aeon Disc just now coming off cooldown. Ain't that typical? Right after he get bursted down bottom, Aeon Disc is back, but could argue he overplayed his hand a little bit.
Yeah, like no respect playing on enemy high ground like that, basically. So dead for 90 seconds, and
okay, sorry.
Roshan's about to spawn, so that timer on the puck is actually quite significant.
It's true, actually. That's true. With the Wind Ranger coming back up, it's possible that they can start playing towards Roche. Puck is a very important hero for Dire's lineup. The one providing vision, the one diving in on the backline.
Refresher orb up for Ember Spirit. A bit of copium, maybe. Heck, he's spreading some hope in the ranks of the Rune Eaters. Mud Golem's in the pit scouting to start things off. And they'll see Roshan. He's there, being attempted by Rune Eaters.
It's a very big power spike coming in soon for the TV, by the way. Once again, Aghanim and Blink Dagger, he'll be able to blink fear people. It's only 2 seconds duration, but it's really strong.
Now, just imagine, if the puck was alive here, this is a full contest. You're not getting Roshan.
Yeah. Oh, they would never think about it. They wouldn't be out here even.
So good that they got that kill on Mirel into Roche. Amplified damage for Copy. Aegis for Dark Lord. Got Roshan's banner and all sorts of goodies.
They could have been on the back foot right now against Aegis, against the DD rune, and, you know, not had this breathing room to get out on the map. So a lot of it comes back to that one death. Only 1 of 2 deaths on Puck. He has played a very good game, but that was a costly one.
And all we need is Snapfire to get level 30. Go the right side of the talent tree now and swap across to right-click items. And get yourself a Rapier, a Daedalus. Snapfire can start actually dealing some physical damage.
Tormentor. They actually don't have Shard on everyone yet. 2 of them are missing Shard, Enchantress and the Hoodwink. Funny enough, the supports.
That's the Hoodwink's one. I'll boomerang for you.
Yeah, Boomerang is great when you have more and more tools. As the game goes later, the 20% incoming spell damage amplification becomes better and better, right? So it's sort of a scaling ability, in a way.
I mean, anything with percentage on feels good when you head into late game.
It's true. Percentage enjoyer for sure.
I mean, what are the spells?
Itemization.
Like, there's Doom, there's Puck spells.
Yep.
Impetus? Impetus is a spell?
It's a percentage spell even, yeah, true.
Big
Distance damage.
I mean, the Enchantress nearly killed the Ember Spirit in that last fight with some long-range Impetus shots.
Okay, honestly, and she's queuing up a Hex. I would kind of like to see him just go Moonshard instead. You have BKB, you have Hurricane Pike, you have Aghanims. Like, you're level 25 with the Impetus damage talent. Either that or go MKB. You know, MKB also is pretty damn good. Then he can blow up the Wind Ranger.
Agree. Yeah, agree. Yeah, I mean, he's also being ignored in every fight. So you just stand there and hit them. Now, this is kind of risky. Rune is trying to walk up the high ground here to protect the Tusk, but Ike has already been stunned up and caught. Gem on the floor. Tusk dead, holding buyback.
Perfect timing there by Elmo on the neutral ability.
Very nicely done. So now we've whittled down this Aegis timer to about 2.5 minutes. You can't hold high ground with Rune Eaters here. So it's going to be control for Modus.
Yeah, awkward to have Aegis and have to be on back foot, but that's the situation they're in. They'll just have to hope that they can hold on. I'm not sure that Modus should push into the Aegis, even with Tusk dead. Tusk, if he buys back, has Aghanim Scepter and Blink, he could kick someone out of position, kick the TB in, and TB does not have Aegis. The Wind Ranger has it.
And TB has like 20 seconds left on meta. Shield Rune going. They're going to send illusions up to high ground straight up. As Puck goes for a bit of poke. Big silence there. Massive AoE. That makes things annoying for Dark Lord and Copy. As they lose another ranged barracks, leaving only 1 melee now between them and Mega Creeps.
They should really back out though. I do not love them staying here.
Meta expiring.
PS5, be patient, wait out the Aegis. Get yourself an Aegis maybe. Tier 5 items, perhaps, Gareth. What do you think?
We've been waiting
What are
for
the
it.
odds?
Well, I mean, 100% now, isn't it?
Certainly the game would end at 61.30, you know? Surely.
Surely not. Not going to happen. We're going to get a smoke from Rune Eaters. They're going to go get some court kills. They'll kill Mirel. They'll find Kasane. They'll draw out the game, get to these tier 5 neutral items. And Kasane, 3,000 health. Hurricane Pike, BKB. Is he going to use any of it? He'll try. Shift away a little bit further, but still going to die.
Puck was there thinking about doing something, but can't really find the angle. So clean edge kill. And similarly, they know that she doesn't have buyback. Long respawn for him as well.
All right, it's all on the line here. Game 3, lower bracket, just to remind ourselves of where we are on the road to the International. It's the last chance for one of these teams to vie for one of the 4 slots out of Europe. So this single game matters a lot to some of these, all of these players.
Yeah, I mean, this is life or death in the tournament, and there's a big chance here that you could possibly qualify to TI. It's a massive chance. Every player is trying, locking in as hard as they can.
It's another step forward. That's why MODUS just going to take things a little casually now. Step back.
25 coming in for Hoodwink in just a second. Gonna get probably the sharpshooter max talent.
Is under attack.
Radiant Vision sees the Doom and the Hoodwink at the top gate. And the rest of Rune Eaters, they're waiting down in the bottom right corner. So look for something here. That could be Elmo.
Oh, they know he went through. They're hunting.
He's hunting. They know exactly where he is, and they found him. They jump away. Doom, BKB, TP. Anything to stop it? No.
No. Oh, so close. The Tusk was just now there. Little bit too far away on Ike.
So close.
Could either have kicked him or punched him. Anything you do, use any of your, multiple abilities here. Gotta get
Not
there
able
first.
to find him. And now you're back to defending lanes. But if that move pays off, you kill the Doom. That's a minute without Doom. That's a minute without the Dire pushing. So you've got time to get out the waves, maybe set up for another trap. Another
10
smoke play.
seconds, Gareth. It's happening. The items. And
It's time.
Somehow doesn't feel... Yeah, I always get so excited because this rarely happens. And it always feels like the game is going to end right before... Are they going to go for a smoke? They're going to end the game.
They're going to go end the game.
They're like, no.
Forget tier 5 neutral items. Who
They
needs
smoked
them?
before taking items, the fools.
They're going to go for it. They said there's blood in the water. A copy. He's going to get scouted here. Lincoln's
Oh,
pop,
the
but they don't
Lincolns.
get the immediate catch. The Terrorblade fear comes a little too slow.
Yeah, mistake by problems. Didn't break the Lincolns. And what do we have? Did they find any item now? On Radiant? They've been farming quite a while. They should be very close. Oh, they're really close
6
to
out of
getting
10, 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10. Still need a little bit more. Farm through these jungle camps quickly, boys.
Okay, so we're gonna get it. Both teams are now in mode finish up items. You know, they're working on it.
Morel has, I think, the first tier 5 neutral item ready to choose.
Ooh, what do we have? Stygian Deso, Witchbend. He goes for a Stygian Deso, yeah. Big one. With Spell Lamp, so Timeless Stygian.
And Doom has hit his 10 out of 10. Terrorblade's got his as well. Dire getting all their tier 5 neutral items.
Radiant Sky is the choice for Doom, so he'll be even more mobile now.
Book of the Dead for the Hoodwink.
Minotaur Horn over on the edge.
Oh, I was hoping for Book of the Dead for the Enchantress with that, that last will shit again. I still can't believe that.
9 out of 10.
Yeah, they're so close to it. And Copy's 8 out of 10. Just needs a little bit more time to get there, but I don't know if they'll have it.
The push is coming, but it's not super fast. It looks like at least Windrunner will get hers. It's going out, killing some centaurs. This is gonna give it. What do we find on Wind? Could be game changing. Divine Regalia? That's a massive one.
It's got to be right.
It has to be that. Yeah, no way you take anything else.
With Evolved?
Yeah, Evolved is good. I could totally see Manic as well, actually. Go even more. Brr. He goes Book of the Dead.
Fleet-footed Book of the Dead.
What? I mean, I guess he doesn't have to have boots now, but... I mean, that's... I'm very confused. Could he just... I don't feel like Book of the Dead is worth that much anymore.
Like, when you're ahead and you're pushing, it's like, okay. Yeah.
Like, it doesn't even have True Sight anymore. There's
And they're
no
gonna get
way
it.
it's worth
Oh,
it.
Dark Lord, half HP already. Scary stuff. I kind of get it if you're ahead and you're pushing. It's like, okay, Book of the Dead can end the game right here, right now. But that's just not the case.
I could also see it in previous patch to some degree that, okay, we need True Sight and we need to clear all these wards, but there's no gem on them. Nope. There's no True Sight on the little book.
This is nothing.
Nah, this feels like 3-2, man. He had a good option in Divine Regalia.
It's a risky option,
Yeah.
but it feels like you've got to take the risk.
of 3-2. I'm just saying it's not the best, by the way,
Yeah.
just for clarity.
No, just
For
if you're
clarity.
30k behind, it feels like you've got to take the risky option, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's like buying a rapier. This is getting a rapier for free.
But this is rapier territory for sure.
And I like what Terrorblade did a lot more. He went with Minotaur Horn with Audacious. I think that's a really good one. He gets himself an extra little way to stay alive. Maybe get that Sunder out. Ooh, I hear a Doom.
That's on the Ember Spirit. And Copy's just been annihilated there. And he's got buyback, and they're making a jump on the Terrorblade. They're hexing and kicking, dragging him back in. Eki's been shredded, though. Bottega's falling. The Terrorblade's gone. They've blown him up. He vanishes. Dark Lord going for it now, but he's been sniped out by problems. The Doom comes back in, looking for Ike. Pops a massive heal out of the block of cheese, so stays alive himself. Triple buyback out of the Radiant as the Rune Eaters come back out. Super hot, hunting for Kasane. Elmo, he's been stunned up. No more happy fun times for Elmo. He's dead.
4 buybacks used though. But Roche is potentially gonna spawn here if they get lucky. Actually, it's not even lucky, it's the late spawn. Yeah, it's guaranteed spawn.
He's up, and Malik scouts it.
Oh boy, we have a game on our hands still, but no buybacks is so scary for them.
Bottega's pinging that bottom barracks like, hey guys, why are we top when bottom needs to be killed?
Yeah, it's a good question. They end up kind of getting dragged into weird fights.
I genuinely thought that this game was on the road to being over. MODUS had it all in their hands. They just chuck it away as they get kicked in and killed by this Ike Tusk, setting everything up beautifully. Yeah, and now they get themselves another Roshan. The team that's behind has had the last 2 Roshes.
It's been really awkward, actually, yeah. But now Tusk is the only one with buyback on their team. Sure, you have Aegis, but all the buybacks are available essentially on Dire here. Yeah, they do actually have... Is it across the board even? All the buybacks, yep. So I feel the power play is going to come. I wonder if the Aegis is going to be enough to stop it. They could also just wait out the Aegis and go after Aegis timing with buyback advantage. The options are so nice now for MODUS, even though... Oh, hold up. The catch on the Hoodwink.
Yeah.
Should be an easy kill.
It should be.
That's 100 seconds of death timer. Could open up some avenues for them.
And they're picking up the pace. I just need to push out these lanes. I can't really approach the Dire base. It's going to be a few more team fights, right, before Rune just actually get themselves back in a winning position. You're absolutely right. The win conditions are all there. Just got to hit the check marks for MODUS to find the pathway to victory.
I didn't even see this. Puck picked up a rapier. Some serious damage. With Aeon Disc and Rapier, Lincoln's, you know, you have a mix of damage and the defensive, but the Stygian Deso and Rapier is absolutely huge.
Still 93% win probability for the Dire. 66 minutes in. Kasane's working on a nullifier. This Terrorblade has been 6-slotted for a while. He's bought himself a refresher orb. He's got 8,000 gold saved up. He's gobbled the moon shard.
Yeah.
985 last hits. He just keeps scaling and scaling. He's going to hit 1,000 soon.
He's pretty big. Doom could still upgrade a little bit more. Actually, Doom is quite far from fully gear capped. 33,000 net worth. Needs another 10k or so to get to gear capped territory.
And we get a moment of calm before the greatest
chaos.
Stormy chaos nonsense of our lives.
They recognize it. Even with Aegis on Radiant, the power play is still for Dire. They know there are no buybacks, and that is such a massive advantage. He took the chance for... Oh, he took the chance for Tusk Punch.
Dark Lord! Dark Lord!
No.
Disappears! They've also got Terrorblade shredding Malik on the left-hand side! Snapfire gets the high ground. They kick Terrorblade into base, trying to deal with Bottega on the left. While the right-hand side, Wind Waker buys time for Wind Ranger while Bottega's being blasted by the kisses of Mortimer. The lava globs land, the Terrorblade dies.
So, if this is just a reset here, it's a good trade for Radiant. Yes, you lose your Aegis, but you also got 3,000 gold for killing TB. What in the world is that bounty gold?
What?
Yeah, 1,000 plus 2,000 to the 3 heroes.
Like I said, well, 57,000 net worth hero dies. I guess he's got to pinata some of the gold around.
I guess they are a pretty good chunk of change, yeah. Arcane Rune on the Puck, I mean... Your TB is dead, but Puck wants to do stuff.
Just disjointed though. Like you're going on this Wind Ranger and Terrorblade says, "Oh, another target, shiny on the floor." Gets completely distracted by the Snapfire.
Yeah.
If they just tightened up, that would have been Wind Ranger dead twice. I'd argue.
For sure.
Snap of the coil. Copy losing a lot of health there. Needs to get cookied and glimmered back to high ground.
Spells just being thrown as the puck puts fear in them.
But this really feels like, you know, you're at the end of a match, right? You know, it's 90 minutes plus 5 in football. It's 80 minutes plus 10, whatever, in rugby. Everyone is just slugging away. You are exhausted. You are out of gas. You are just trying to throw everything to see what sticks at the freaking wall. Chuck spells at people, find kills, whatever you can. Spend buybacks, get Roshan. 70 minutes into a game when you're in the lower bracket. Game 3 of a best of 3 in a series like this where it's been kind of stompy back and forth. And both these teams really under the pressure.
By the way, this is the first time I've ever seen this in a game at all, actually, in a pro game, in any game that I've been in. Copy is reselected the Enchanter's Bubble, which is normally like a low MMR meme. You go late game and you scale your buff.
Unless
so
you're
he's
Zeus.
making the bubble stronger. Yeah, it's a Zeus thing, that's true. Bubble can mean sitting him.
Oh, jump.
Oh boy.
The catch on Ike. They've killed the Tusk and forced the buyback. Terrorblade gonna run the hell away now. There's a flurry of pings. Signal and intent there for the Radiant to go for more.
Yeah, Refresher getting used as well. Doom is ready yet again. And the Nullfire on Puck is the difference. Last time he didn't have Nullfire, Wind Waker, Glimmer, etc. These things kept people safe. Now it's really only the Snowball that can save someone.
And buyback status. No buybacks on Radiant. A minute and a half at least.
That's true.
But MODUS are they're not going for it.
No, they're playing it slow.
You're gonna push out that mid wave, send TP illusions. Well, they might still make a jump yet. They've got Metamorphosis ready, and if Elmo can find a catch on a big target, they'll go. Mirel's gonna give a bit of vision in the back.
Oh my god, the damage.
Get some chip damage on this barracks if they can. With the Metamorphosis being used, it looks like Bottega wants to finish off and get the Mega Creeps. They're going to get a jump forward, kick him in towards tier 4s. Elmo's focused Malik, though, dooming the Snapfire while the Terrorblade sent skywards. He's still pretty healthy here, Bottega. Tanky enough. He's still going to die without a chance to sunder, though. No saves for him. MODUS did get the barracks, so they came and got what they actually wanted, but losing the Terrorblade again, and then buying back. Okay. That's a signal. It's time to go.
They don't have buybacks. There's 3v5, technically 3v10 or something, because they have the rest of their buybacks as well coming in.
More buybacks, another refresher up. This Terrorblade ready to go for tier 4 towers and look to close out the game. They're so close to victory, they can taste it. Copy has to BKB to break free of Kastani and the little friends. Throne exposed. They've got a big Ravage in. Darkload moves forward, trying to deal with Bottega. The buyback out of Terrorblade is seeming to stand his ground. They're going to triple kill. Destroys them now. Game ends with MODUS taking the victory.